Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Slice of Gaming podcast, episode 143 for April 17th, 2026. I am your host, the Uncharted Wolf, and I am joined today by two very special guests to talk about all the things happening in the video game world today. Hopefully, a lot more from last week. Not really, but also there's a lot more interesting things to yap about that I think I'd be very excited to talk with these two special gentlemen about. First and foremost, I got my main man, Bob. How you doing, man?
Doing good, finals are wrapping up. I have like a month off before school starts up again for summer classes, so, good time as a lot of stuff is coming out.
Yeah, really. It stopped right when the games started coming out, so it worked out for you. But you didn't say who you're filling in for.
Oh
Wow.
God, yeah, that's how out of it I am. Let's see. I know you wanted Jacksepticeye today, but
Yep,
unfortunately
there you go.
he's busy directing a. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. He couldn't be here though.
Your ass was Gandry got the duck. It's like, let me look for a name. And we're also joined by my main man, Jack. How you doing, Jack?
Yeah, like Bob says, I'm the wrong Jack. Sorry to disappoint.
No, you're the right
Damn.
Jack for this job. We're going to talk all about the video game news that happened this week. Got a topic planned as well. Some fun stuff all around. But first and foremost, I want to start with our icebreaker. I got a fun one for you guys. Let's say you got infinite money. Where do you want to go for 1 week vacation? Anywhere in the world.
Only a week. That does
A
change
week.
things.
Yeah, money's not a problem. It's just 1 week. I'll go first because I got the most boring one. Japan.
I was
Dumb.
gonna say I feel like all three of us are gonna say Japan.
Well, I was going to, but if I only had a week, I don't think I could do everything I wanted to in Japan.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I feel like you'd still like if it's infinite money. I feel like you could still do a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you don't sleep. So like,
Well, I'm thinking because it's infinite money, I might go somewhere expensive like Iceland.
Is Iceland expensive? I thought it was
Apparently, everything's expensive in Iceland. Apparently, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just hear the wrong people complain about it.
I know. Oh God, what's that one? Like, it's the Hitman level. Like it's like a beach, which is very nice. Starts with an M. It's like near Italy.
Molly?
Milan? No,
Oh.
it's not Milan. I don't know.
Uh,
There's like a really ritzy country.
Mykonos in
Monaco?
Greece?
Maybe Mykonos. No, it's not Mykonos. It's like a country itself, but like it's a really small one. Where there's
Monaco?
mostly lumber.
Oh
Monaco.
yeah, it is Monaco. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could go to a Monaco. That'd be nice. I
Yeah,
don't know
because
what
then
the
they
hell
couldn't
to do
tax me
there.
on my money.
You know what my problem is,
There you go.
y'all? Is anywhere I want to go, I'm just like, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna eat, and that's it. Yeah,
Okay,
there's not much else for me to do in these countries. I'll be honest, because I don't give a shit about like the club scene or look, take a picture. Like I don't care.
okay, so you've got a week. What are you doing in Japan in a week?
I'm gonna eat, but I don't know. I'll probably check out a lot of the gaming stores. Probably like the big companies, just to be near them. I don't even need to go inside a Nintendo or a Capcom. I just want to like take a picture of the outside. Go like, yeah, I've been there. Just dumb shit like that, and probably take like I wouldn't go to the old castles in like Kyoto and stuff. That's something I'd really would love to do. And probably just check out like the weeb shit in Akihabara or something.
What about
Yeah.
you, Bob?
Well, I feel like this is it speaks to me, but I definitely want to go snowboarding in Hokkaido. I think that'd be a lot of fun. They got an
That makes Wolf.
insane amount of snow there last year. What was that, Wolf?
I forgot. Like they got really good slopes there. I've heard.
Yeah, in the northern part of Japan. So I definitely want to do that. And then obviously hit up the Nintendo Museum as
Yeah,
well.
that's a big
So
one.
that just opened. But I'm a big just like historical guy, so I would love to go just see all the like different monuments or like notable places or
Especially like the
buildings
feudal
or
wars. That stuff is really interesting.
yeah. And then yeah, probably eat probably a lot of 7-Elevens, a lot of
Oh, dude.
sushi. But
We're so white. That's crazy, man. We're
no, they
both
got
like,
good
yeah, I
food
want to go
over
to
there.
Japan. No, I know, but for real, man, it's just that I want to go, man. It seems like fun.
Yeah.
Jack, what about you in Japan?
Yeah, Japan again. It's tough. You know what? To be different, I'll go Italy because I really want to go to Italy. I've been
Ooh,
saying
that's a
I'd
good
go for
one.
years. Um,
Yeah,
and
the
I
Venice, the
feel like
canals.
yeah, I feel like I could squeeze a lot into a week in Italy because it's all very well. It's not as well connected as Japan, but it is very well connected. So,
Yeah.
spend a couple of days in Florence. Obviously, I want to go to Rome, but try if I'm rich, I can avoid all the tourists. Hopefully,
Hmm.
so get
Yeah, you can
VIP
make it quick.
access.
Yeah,
Can actually
maybe you
see
can
the
go to the
Colosseum without all
Colosseum.
the people there. Yeah. Um, yeah, like Bob, like mostly historical landmarks for me. Less of the I don't know the theme parks and
Yeah, or just the
tra-
touristy stuff. That's like okay,
Oh,
whatever.
actually, no, that's a good point, Jack. Also need to go to Tokyo Disney Sea.
This
that
Disney
is a
adult.
historical spot,
Yep,
famously.
yep, yep.
I would I'll shout out. I do want to go to Egypt too. I feel like that'd be a good one.
Yeah, Egypt would be incredible.
And I feel like if I have infinite money, they'd let me in. I was like, listen, how much money? I'll let me in. I want to see the mummies and the sarcophaguses. Sarcophagi? I don't know.
Well, if you want to go see them, then you need to come over here. You see, because we stole them all.
It's true.
Oh right, yeah, my
It's
bad.
true.
Do you think? Okay, I'm not even trying to be a dick. If you polled 1,000 people, would any of them say the United States or the Britain, the UK?
I mean, yeah. I know. Okay, not to
In
sound
this moment, it's a bit
egotistical,
tough.
but like, I don't know. I feel like there's still a bunch of people who would just want to like see like Texas or something because they're just like that place seems crazy, or like New
Yeah,
York
Texas, New York. I think the
or
big
LA.
cities would still have
Yeah,
that. Yeah, I still think of 1,000 people, there'll probably be a couple who want to go to the UK
yeah.
because you got the Big
Yeah.
Ben.
If you asked me a few years ago, like I would have said this. I knew loads of people who wanted to go to the States. Now I don't know many people, but they might want to
Yeah.
go in
Yeah,
a few years' time. But
I
like
think
for me, it's not really my vibe. Like, look, I'm not going to be the guy who says you have no history, but as a history nerd, I would rather go to many other countries.
no, that's fair. I know a lot of Japanese people who want to go to specifically Texas. Like they don't give a shit
Yeah.
about the rest of the US. It's like, oh well, Texas is a country. I want to go to the Texas. It's like hell yeah, man.
Jack, the
um,
one place though in America that is history ridden is the one place where it's not your history, it's not good history for you in Boston. So I feel like you should be like, wow, I don't know, these guys sound like a bunch of losers.
Yo, this is where we fucked them up, man.
Yeah, but even that was more like a temper tantrum. It's just a lot of
I
weight
Mm-hmm.
put on that tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
I will say like US does have a lot of good recent history stuff. I mean, I
Jeez.
I'm not I mean, okay, not that recent. I mean like the Rocky Steps in Philadelphia. I bet a lot of people would want to go there.
Oh,
It's just-
I don't know why my mind went to 9/11 when he
oh,
said
okay.
recent history. It's
See,
like,
I
I mean,
see.
yeah.
I thought you were thinking of January 6th.
Oh, jeez.
I
Wow,
was
we're
thinking
really
anything more
just
recent.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are really doing a good job selling it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Disney
Texas is
World, right?
awesome. Hey, Texas is great. I love Texas. Outside of the roads, Jesus Christ. Uh, anyways, with to get off that topic, let's get into the news. First and foremost, I usually don't try to talk about like movie news on the pod, but I feel like this is big enough to where we kind of have to talk about it. And of course, I put it as the first story because I'm biased as hell. R64 put this Bloodborne R-rated animated movie announced by Sony with Jacksepticeye producing. And then following that, Bloodborne video game getting R-rated animated movie adaptation from Sony. Film is quote very true to the gory spirit of Bloodborne. Co-produced by PlayStation Production, lyrical animation and creator and gamer Sean McClowan, aka Jacksepticeye. When I first read this, um, I thought this was Discussing Fish, which is the Discussing Film like alternate account that like just puts shit posts. And I'm like, good one. And then I looked at the username and realized, like, nope, this is very much real. What the fuck? I am flabbergasted just by the fact that Bloodborne is mentioned by Sony. Uh, and even on top of that, the Jacksepticeye of it all, who I know is a very massive Bloodborne fan. He did a lot of playthroughs of it. It's his favorite game of all time, if I remember correctly. So, like, that's like I don't know. I'm very speechless about it because I didn't think anything Bloodborne would happen for a while now. But it seems like Sony really wants this movie to come out, and it makes the situation with From Software even more confusing because you wouldn't let Bluepoint work on a Bloodborne thing, but you're cool with the Bloodborne movie happening. I'm I don't know what you guys think because I as a Bloodborne fan, it's a range of emotions.
I mean, this Jack said earlier, this felt like a fever dream. Like especially after all of the the Blue Point news and just feeling like the franchise is dead in the water. It's like this is where we're going with Bloodborne. Okay, sure. This will piss anyone off. I mean,
I mean,
you
it
know what?
doesn't really piss anyone off. I think it's just confusing. It's like, oh, the movie
Right.
before the though
Okay,
maybe this brings in the idea of maybe a 60 FPS patch or remaster is possible.
but Wolf, hear me out.
I'm
What
hearing.
if when you walk into the theater or when you buy your ticket or when you're checking whatever, they give you a controller. So you sit in the theater with your hands on the controller and it feels like you're playing a new Bloodborne.
You know, it is that they would do that shit just to make it like even just to fuck with us. To say, hey, you know what? It's close enough, right? It's like, no, I think I'd like the 60 FPS Bloodborne. I mean, listen, I I think this is great news, obviously, because I do think just having Bloodborne back in any way is great. But I think it's even better because it opens the door for more Bloodborne. The fact
Yeah.
that they're funding a full-on movie tells me that at the very least a remaster is happening of some sort, and maybe even the door is slightly wedged open for a Bloodborne sequel. And maybe that's wishful thinking, but like I do think like they have to do something more with this IP if they're doing a whole ass movie. What do you think, Jack?
But why now? Why like right after closing Blue Point? It's I think that's the thing that's like if that hadn't just happened, maybe this would come with a little bit more hope. But because they've just closed, I mean, there's always Nixies, I suppose, and they could just do a 60 FPS patch. But
It tells me maybe it's from Soft Internal doing it in some way.
I suppose that's a possibility. But I just love to like hear what Miyazaki's reaction to this was. Was he like completely like, hell yes, this is gonna be amazing? Or
I don't.
was he like sat there like, well, I guess this is the movie division, so we can't be angry at PlayStation.
That's what I'm so curious about because it tells me that like I feel like Miyazaki co-signed this. I don't see any reason where like they wouldn't do a remaster without From Software's blessing, but like, oh, the movie will do that. Even if it is separate divisions, I do think PlayStation has some control to tell the movie division it's like, no, we can't do this without them knowing first and foremost.
Yeah, I suppose, but it's just hard to believe that the FromSoft, who were apparently complaining that the Demon Souls remake didn't capture the correct vibes, even though it was 1-to-1. It was the atmosphere was different, but it was still 1-to-1.
It's not. It's not that one to watch. It's definitely the atmospheric nature. I listen. I'm just saying this is the first time I've ever seen you defend a remake. So
Let's not go that far. I'm
caught,
just
caught. He wanted to roast From
In
Software, and it's
4K.
but like, is this movie going to perfectly capture the vibes of Bloodborne?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing: we don't know. We don't know the director. We don't know the like animation studio. All we know is that Jacksepticeye is producing. I think he has the wherewithal, the understanding about Bloodborne as a game and as an IP. He has a lot of respect. He obviously loves it. But like, this is his first thing he's producing as a movie. If I'm remembering, I don't know if he's produced anything like movie related in the past. I mean, I'm curious. I wonder what this will be. And I understand your skepticism, Jack, but like it is that thing where it's just so early. I don't even know if we can really say like if this is a good or a bad.
Yeah, totally. Do you remember the Gravity Rush movie?
Yeah,
What?
what the fuck's going on with that?
The live action Gravity Rush movie that they teased.
It was at like CES, Bob. There was
That's
they showed
Oh
like a
Wasn't that
little
long ago?
trailer,
yeah,
and it
that's
looked terrible.
right.
That one's live action, by the way. So sure.
Um Wolf, going back though to the,
Yeah.
well, if they're making something, they got to support it. Did Uncharted get anything when they released that movie?
Yeah,
I
the
think
Legacy
it
of
got the
Thieves.
remaster PS5.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
they've done it for everything. Like Last of Us got part one. Days Gone got a remaster, and that's apparently getting a movie soon. Same with Ghost.
Twisted Metal's the only
Uh,
thing that didn't, and that's just because it apparently got cancelled.
Mm.
the movie?
Well,
The
no,
game.
no, they've had the show on Peacock for like
Oh,
a
you mean
couple
Days Gone?
seasons now, and honestly, that show's good. Like, I think that's easily the most underrated thing they've made off of Sony IP.
Dude, I'll be real, Bob. For a second, I thought we were still talking about Days Gone, and I was just like, "Dang, they had a Days Gone show that I just missed." It's like, "Oh no, you're
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
called
the
Sons
middle."
of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. That's what, dude. That's what the problem with the movie is. Just gonna be Sons of Anarchy with zombies. So I don't know why they're still making that. I don't know. They also did reveal the date for the Helldivers movie, which I think is 2027. And they also mentioned the Zelda movie too, which is also 2027. Seems like Sony's doing a lot of stuff for the movie division. I'm just very confused. This is a very confusing set of circumstances, but I'm excited. I want to see what this could be. And I want to imagine that it leads the door open for Bloodborne something. And I will say, Jack, to your earlier point about like FromSoft not being upset about the remake, they technically never said anything about that. I was
I,
learning about it,
I,
like reading up on it. It's like there was never really an official statement from FromSoft or Miyazaki that's like, we didn't like it. It's more
yeah,
rumoring.
that's true. But most of the people who were like the first to say, "Yeah, nothing Bloodborne is happening," were also reporting that. So
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's like there was nothing ever official about
yeah,
it.
totally.
Well, boys, we will see how the Bloodborne movie works out. Let's move into our next story. We got a big Xbox block. Thankfully, we got our biggest fan of Xbox, Jackie G, here to talk all about it. First and
Yeah, let
foremost,
me
we got
tell you.
this from
Thanks, Jack.
Tom Warren at The Verge. Xbox Game Pass has, quote, become too expensive, says Microsoft's new gaming chief in leaked memo. Leaked. That's all I'm going to say. Microsoft's new Xbox chief, Asha Sharma, has signaled that Xbox Game Pass pricing is about to change. In an internal memo to Xbox employees obtained by The Verge, Sharma admits that Game Pass has become too expensive for players and that Microsoft needs a better value equation. Quote, Game Pass is central to gaming value on Xbox. It's also clear that the current model isn't the final one, says Sharma. Short term, Game Pass has become too expensive for players, so we need better value equation. Long term, we will evolve Game Pass into a more flexible system, which will take time to test and learn around. Microsoft hiked the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to $29.99 per month last year, a massive 50% hike. And we also got add this as a part of it from Tom Warren as well, but Charlie Intel put it out there. Xbox is considering a new Game Pass tier that only includes Xbox first party titles. Xbox is still debating whether to keep new Call of Duty games in the Game Pass service. We talked about that part last week about Call of Duty, but this kind of Xbox first party game tier seems to be something they're very heavily considering as well. Seems like they're wanting to roll that out. And this idea that Game Pass has become too expensive. Yeah, no shit, it has become too expensive. The question is Asha and the team going to follow through and actually go ahead and reduce the price or create a tier that's more affordable, something like that. I'm curious how you two feel about that.
I mean, it's very nice of Jack to let the non-Xbox fan go
Of
first to
course.
talk about this.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I did want to add some extra context because it seems like for whatever reason, Tom Warren just decided to add more to his story yesterday in
I
a
missed it.
separate article that's paywalled. Um,
Sick.
but essentially, the summary from like the extra information was that internal memo apparently never mentioned exclusives like at all, which is funny because it seems like that's the one thing people keep trying to hone in on. And I think all of us have been pretty like on the same page of like, why are like they're making a bunch of money? Why would they? There's no way Xbox is ever going to let them put that hat back in the bag, at least for like some games. Um, so that was interesting. But also, as far as like the Game Pass model, it did kind of seem like she is hinting at maybe not necessarily more tiers, but just like being more selective in what comes in your tiers. Now, I think you have to, if you're gonna keep a tier system, you have to keep it simple, or else that graphic is going to just look like a Jackson Pollock painting. Um,
That is a
but
crazy reference.
I mean, that's what it would look like, though.
I mean, you're right. No, it's just man. I haven't heard a Jackson Pollock reference in years.
But I also want to point on this last part that was apparently a direct quote from the memo in this update from Tom. She said, "It's clear that our ambitions require deeper investment in the Xbox platform foundations than we've made before. Today, we operate across dozens of surfaces, pipelines, and release models without a shared code repository or common data foundation. As a result, quality and speed too often depends on heroics instead of systems. We also lack consistent infrastructure for experimentation, attribution, and learning, making it harder to know what's working and improve quickly. On the product side, our front end is a set of experiences built at different times where discovery, relevance, and social are not first class, and players have to work to find what to do next or who to play with." And I thought that was like a shockingly scathing like assessment of the situation that I feel like we from the outside have said, but I don't remember Phil ever really mentioning that level of dysfunction at the company. So I really like that point. But to bring it all
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think part of the reason Asha came in the first place, yes, there was she came from an AI team, but her former job at it was Grubhub, right? Or
Uh, some food service. I
yeah,
forget
one
what
of
it was.
those. I want to say it was Grubhub. Either way, um, she was really good at reinvigorating like customer acquisition or customer engagement in her previous role. And I think that's exactly what she's doing here, is just pointing out, like, just literally coming in, looking at what Xbox is doing and saying, hey, we're not getting customers because of this, this, and this. Now, there are other things like exclusivity and just that this is an Xbox marketing campaign that also attributes to that. But I think those are kind of the more obvious ones, and I really like how detailed she's going into stuff like, hey, our like platforms are completely misaligned between Xbox on PC and the console, and then you have all of these different studios on all these different systems. Not to say that they should all be on the same game engine, but like you'll see it before, like the Play Anywhere initiative was literally made because an Xbox game on console would not work or recognize the Xbox game on PC, and they'd be treated as
Right.
two separate games. Like that's insane. And the fact that they need to make an initiative for that just kind of shows how scatterbrained they are at times, and it also shows how scatterbrained their strategies seem to be, because it does seem to be a little bit more all over the place. So um, now this is again a quote unquote leaked memo, so take that with a grain of salt.
Did
Um,
they want people to see it?
yeah, it's like, they probably did want people to see it, and we have no idea what action, if any, will come from this. So I think that's important to keep in mind. But hopefully these are, changes or things that they can focus on to kind of um, you know stabilize a little bit. Obviously, I think we're a far cry from you know being actual competition again with Xbox, but I mean, it's at least promising, because she's not just coming in and saying, "Oh, it's all sunshine and rainbows." As much as I like
Mhm.
Phil, there was clearly some. I would say
A lot.
outside of like the games, I think there was a lot of other issues at play. So
There was a lot of toxic positivity under Phil, I felt, and
yeah,
at the very least, Asha is outwardly pointing out the flaws. Now, I don't really have any opinion on her. I just kind of look at like the fact that like Microsoft is still the owner of Xbox and Microsoft sucks, so it's hard
Right.
for me to really put much faith in like the direction going well for Xbox. But you know what? If the games are good and if you could figure out the Game Pass tiers, it's like I think that's a W at least. And also, I found out she worked at Instacart, not Grubhub.
Ah,
Bob,
well.
I need you to say you were wrong before I move on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was wrong. It was Instacart, not DoorDash or Grubhub.
I will say I definitely felt like I heard Grubhub at one point. Maybe that was like a
They're
really
very
early thing.
similar. I mean, it is still more or less food delivery, just
Yeah,
not
food
fast
delivery.
food.
Exactly. Yeah. Jack, as the number one Xbox fan, any more you want to say about this?
Xbox is back. Asher is going to save us all. She's going to make Game Pass a nice, clean $10, and everything's still included. It's gonna be great.
God, Wolf, I hate when you invite these fanboys on and they
I
just give the
know.
worst opinions and they're just not reasonable. God.
It's so weird, man. Jack, we gotta cool it with this Xbox fanboyism that you're so known for.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, to be fair, like it all sounds good. We'll see. It's
yeah, it's the
basically
thing.
the
It
only thing.
sounds good. You're saying the right things. It's about
Right,
action more
right.
than anything. And I mean, Jack, you were joking about it. I've definitely seen some Xbox content creators say exactly what you said, but like
Yeah.
without any hint of sarcasm.
Yep.
It's this
100%.
herd obsession mentality these guys have. And it's like, guys, we're talking
Well,
about a company here.
and I feel like case in point was when literally every she said one tweet, we're on that when talking about exclusives, and now everyone is running with the story that Xbox is bringing back exclusives. Like,
It was so weird.
what can we think about this for more than 2 seconds?
They literally said, "We hear you," and it's
Yeah,
like,
like
oh my god, they're coming back. It's like, you guys, slow it down just a little bit. We got to think this through. Speaking of exclusives, well, not an exclusive, but close enough. Trillians also throws this out. Fable reportedly delayed internally, but still planned to release this year. Game is scheduled for fall 2026, but if the date ends up being close to GTA 6, it could be pushed to next year. Jeff Grubb put that out on, I think he put it on his podcast or a forum. I don't remember exactly, but Grubb, pretty reliable, all things considered. Uh, this kind of sucks if this is true. If it does get delayed to 2027, here's the thing. I look at this and I'm like, well, it definitely can't release in November because of GTA. It's very possible they try to get this into December, and I think that would do a massive disservice for this game. I don't know about y'all.
I'm so sick and tired of them releasing games in December. If this is the second time that they actually have a decent game worth getting nominated at the Game Awards and they miss this stupid cutoff, I am going to lose my mind because
It's
I like
it's not even the Game Awards. It's just people stop talking about like the games of this year in December.
right.
That's
Yeah,
just
like
it.
it you are asking your game to get buried
Yep.
because
Especially
just
post
it's
GTA 6.
yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, obviously, you don't want to rush a game out
Mhm.
in October and it be in a bad state, especially because it's not like there's no games releasing in October either, and Xbox has unfortunately been in this mode where they just want to like shotgun blast all their games within 2 weeks of each other. Um, so yeah, and for what it's worth, Wolf, the Jeff was actually commenting on the whole Fanta marketing. Like people got really in depth looking into the Fanta marketing because apparently that's where the Halo um, remake rumors are coming from. That's going to be in the summer based off of the
That's
marketing
so
from
funny.
that. And so he was talking about Fable and had mentioned that yeah, it may not be ready. But
Bob,
at that point, delay it till the spring, man. Like, I think
yeah.
when we look at like Avowed, for example, I think that's really the best example of a fall game that got delayed to the spring. It's not like people didn't play and talk about Avowed. Avowed just didn't
Yeah.
hit the mark for a lot of people. So if Fable can hit the mark, great. I think the springtime still gives it a good window to make an impact. But yeah, I don't. If it's not ready, just as much as I would suck, just don't release it. Just because either
Yeah.
you want it for the 25th anniversary or you want it to come out in 2026. Like you're just gonna screw over your team if it's truly not ready.
I do hope it hits October. Just make it right at the end of the year, but right before the buzzer. Or honestly, maybe this is crazy. Maybe you could do first week of November. Maybe. Maybe that's being wishful thinking, but like I do think you could do first week of November because like GTA isn't until the 19th. You might be able to squeak out a couple weeks where you could have people talk about your game. Hopefully, um, I will say, but I will say, do you remember when Halo got delayed?
Yeah.
um, like Halo Infinite, like by a year,
Hmm.
and then all the marketing was still like set to release. So like there were like
Hmm.
Halo Infinite like monster cans and Mountain Dews. And the
Yep.
game just wasn't out. I
Yep.
think so. Hopefully they can avoid a situation like that because that shit was hilarious. That I
Well,
always think about that, man.
I think they could get away with that this time, just because it's all of Xbox. It's a load of Xbox games. Like my supermarket right now, it's not just Fanta. It's like Pringles. It's a load of other stuff. It's like Pepsi.
Oh,
There is
really?
just Xbox branding on everything right now.
Yeah, that happened a lot around the time of the Xbox Series X in general, where they were just going hard with the like advertisements there. And I was thinking about it, it's like, does PlayStation have a marketing deal with anyone? Or are they just like, ah, you're gonna buy it anyways? And I guess that PlayStation won out because people just bought it anyways.
I mean, they do, but it's like with the UEFA, Champions League, and
Yeah, Puma, like
yeah,
very
they
European stuff.
they definitely have their marketing pockets.
Nintendo would be like, oh, we're partnering with RC Cola.
And the
Some
Seattle
bullshit.
Mariners.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, shout out to Jackie. Anything you want to say about Fable?
Nothing nice.
Okay, let's move on. I mean, this is a big one for you, Jack. This is a game you've been very eagerly anticipating. Metro 2039, the big game that you predicted 2 years in a row would be revealed. You got it right. Second time's the charm. Metro 2039, first look at gameplay. Darkest entry in the series. We're going back to the tunnels. I'm sorry, it's when you write it like that, Okami, I gotta shout it out. New voice protagonist called The Stranger. The war in Ukraine has deeply affected development, and the story will reflect that. Custom engine upgraded from Metro Exodus. Focus on environmental storytelling. Releasing this winter on PS5, Xbox, and PC. Uh, I have nothing to say. I've never played a Metro game, so hey, it looks cool. And Jack, I know you have nothing to say outside of I predicted this W. So
Listen, if I wanted to spend time in horrifying tunnels underneath a city filled with all manner of vile creatures, I'd just go to London.
my man playing Fallout 3 is just like, man, it's just like home.
Yep.
What about you, Bob? Biggest Metro fan here.
Yeah, if I wanted to play a video game where you're just in tunnels, facing off against a bunch of vile creatures, I'd go and finish Last of Us Part 2 because I put that game down.
All
But
right. For people who don't know, Bob had to drop The Last of Us 2 because he got scaled.
yeah,
Hey, this looks way scarier than Last of Us.
yeah, which brings me to the point. Metro is one of those games where I was like, "Oh, this looks cool," and then I played. Was it 2033? I think was the first
Yeah,
one technically.
2033.
Um, the Redux editions, and I was like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm never picking up this game ever again.
Oh,
You're
even this
welcome for the
trailer is
money.
fucked up.
I'm not doing anything else with this game. So yeah, it's I mean they are cool games, but yeah, just not my thing.
I feel like I'd like them. I love Fallout. I like that vibe. It just looked. This is gonna sound mean. It's too European for me. I don't
I
like
was gonna say,
Eurojank.
I do feel
Yeah.
like Metro is sort of like one of the Eurojank games that still
Yeah, it's
has
just
like
like
a bigger audience. It's like Stalker, but I assume
Yeah.
much
Or
bigger.
Dying Light.
I like my Euro. I like my Jake American, like Bethesda. No, but I mean, I don't know. Eurojank games just aren't really my things. But like, I don't know. I'd like to check this out one day. I do. I've always been interested in Metro. I just never really took the plunge. You know what it is? It's because Eurojank games are always like first-person shooters, and the shooting always feels like dog shit. And I'm playing. I'm like, why am I not just playing like COD or something? Like this feels horrible. I don't know why. Like they're always first-person shooters with really bad shooting. But hey, shout outs to you, Metro. I do think that game's gonna do very well. It has a very like hardcore audience. So winter, I mean that sounds about right. Do you guys think it's like a winter where it's like a January game?
I think the last game was definitely like early in the year, so I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
I
did
think
Metro Exodus come out?
I think
February
it might have been
2019.
January. Oh, there you go.
Well,
February.
yep, okay. I
Yeah.
think we have our window.
I don't know why I remember that. You know how many things I forget every day, and yet I remembered when Metro Exodus came out. Like I didn't even look that up. I just knew.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I looked up. Yeah, it was literally February 15th, 2019. I knew it was 2019, and I had a feeling it was earlier in the year. I just couldn't remember. And yeah, you're on it, Wolf.
That's not something to be proud of. I know. I literally said I've never played a Metro game, and yeah, I know exactly when Metro Exodus came out. That is a problem, man.
So it's another Embracer Group banger. They had KCD2, they had
Oh yeah,
Screamer,
it's an
Metro's
Embracer game.
next. They're
Wait,
really firing on all cylinders.
I mean, listen, they're kind of becoming the kings of the double A. So like, we got to shout them out for that. Even if
Took them
they,
long enough.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's hard to shout them out, but like, we can at least shout them out for, hey, you know what? You figured your flow out at least. And they release those SpongeBob games all the time, so like that's doing well for them too. I bet they have that tennis Nickelodeon game coming out, I think in May, which is just
Is
like
that Embracer?
What?
Or is that
yeah, that was like revealed randomly. I forgot what it was called, but like yeah, it's like a Nickelodeon tennis game. I think that's Embracer.
I feel like
Nickelodeon
most
Extreme Tennis Next. What?
is it Gameloft? It's gotta be Gameloft. Gameloft,
Hang
yep.
on. Ah, yeah, there it is. We playing
I
this?
was gonna say that would have actually been a bit more hype if it was Embracer.
Are we playing this, boys? Holy shit, they
Hell
got
I'm
no.
just
Garfield?
a tennis fan here.
I would rather play Mario Tennis than this shit.
That's crazy. That's disrespectful to Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis Next.
I'm
Anyways, moving
trying to
on.
be disrespectful to Nickelodeon and Extreme Tennis Next.
Let's move on to our next story before we're any more disrespectful to Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis next. Uh, guys, Rockstar got hacked this week. I don't know if you knew that because it might have been the least damaging hack of all time to the point of being beneficial. Ben, aka Videotech, over on Twitter, put this out. Data has been compiled already by the Rockstar community on GTA Online versus Red Dead Online, and this is kind of like the big thing that came out of it. This perfectly explains why Red Dead Online was discontinued. Average weekly revenue for Red Dead Online $507,193. For GTA Online, and this is September 25th to March 2026, $9,592,109
Could be
weekly.
better. Could be better.
Could be better. Yeah, you're right. Minimum weekly revenue for GTA Online is 4.7 million, and then the maximum weekly is 27,889,000. And then annualized, Red Dead Online made about 26.4 million in a year from like June 2024 to March 2026 annual estimate, and then GTA made almost 500 million a year. I wonder how GTA 6 is gonna do, guys.
Wasn't
So what
this
does it tell?
also? Sorry,
I
Jack.
need a.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, there's another thing I need to find out. I think I know what you're gonna bring up, Bob, about the platforms. Yeah. Derek Strickland has this with the Rockstar League circulating. I put together to illustrate the weekly spending at GTA Online, and there's a little pie graph. But the best way to put it is that PS5 makes up for about 53% of all the spending. Xbox Series X is 22%, PS4 is 11%, Xbox One is 11%, PC is 3%. So if you're wondering whether there's a PC version of GTA 6 on launch, that's why.
Yeah, and was it you, Wolf, or Fusion that said that a lot of PC players play on those like modded servers that don't account for.
Well, if it was Fusion, then like I agree with him. Like that's pretty much why PC is
Yeah,
so low here, is that they're not playing like the retail GTA Online. They're playing like modded servers. The
they're having fun without paying Rockstar for having fun. Is basically what's happening.
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, if you want to do that with GTA 6, you gotta wait a couple years,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, though, I mean, this just puts into perspective just how fucking massive GTA Online is. I don't know if you guys saw this too. Take-Two stock went up because of this leak.
That's what I was gonna
So,
say. It's like the opposite of the Jeff Grubb effect, where a leak or a hack happens, and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" Like, and I feel like that's the funniest part of this hack is that they're like, "If you don't give us what we want, we're gonna leak everything," and they're like, "Okay."
it's
And
like we're leaking how much money you make. I thought
ooh, so scary.
I was fully expecting like actual stuff, that like marketing plans, like, oh, this the
Mm-mm.
next trailer is releasing this day, yada yada yada. But like, no, it was literally just, hey, here's how much money we make, and it's a lot. So they
Yeah.
literally just flexed for Rockstar for free. So yeah, I don't know. These hacker groups are losers. But shout outs to this one for being so trash at their job that they actually made Rockstar look even better.
Was this the shiny hunters? Was this them?
Yeah, shiny hunters.
Yeah, that's what you get for having a stupid ass name.
Have you ever heard of a hacker group that wasn't a fucking losers though?
No, but like shiny hunters are we for real right now?
I guess they're Pokemon gamers, man. I don't know. Maybe they ought to leak how much money
Yeah,
Pokemon
I was
Company
gonna say
makes
go
now.
hack Game Freak. Go make them go do something. Like what are we doing here?
No, because then they're gonna leak. Hey guys, look how much money Pokemon makes.
Yeah,
Boom,
but at
take
least
that.
you can point to them and be like, and they like leak their
It,
development budgets and their development turnaround times, so everyone could be like, oh my god, they have to work with what?
yeah, really. It's just like Pokemon ZA had 3 months of development time. It's like, oh damn, I'm sorry. Hang on, maybe we're a little too harsh. Let's move into our last thing, reviews of the week, before we get our topic. First and foremost, Pragmata, released by Capcom, sitting at an 87 on OpenCritic, helping Bop's stupid AI team
I
secure
mean,
17 points.
it's the one on brand pick for my team. Let's be real here.
Yeah, but it's cheat. You literally had ChatGPT generate me a team. Yeah, but it's 87 from PC Gamer, 8 out of 10 from IGN, 4 out of 5 from Eurogamer, 9 out of 10 from GameSpot. People seem to be very high on this game. I'm excited to check it out. I just picked up a copy. I was gonna check it out later tonight. Looks awesome. I think Capcom is on a major roll, and the fact that a new IP is reviewing this well from them tells me that they're just gonna continue being on the streak, man, and I'm all here for it.
Yeah, same. I also I was definitely leaning toward. I didn't play the demo, but I liked what I heard from the demo, and then
Same.
I was leaning towards picking it up if it ended up sticking the landing in reviews, and I think it absolutely did. And I love that it's like what 10, 12 hours. Like it's not
Yeah.
overstaying its welcome. It has fun gameplay mechanics. I think I'm just in a huge sci-fi kick right now, as we'll probably talk about later. So
The
I,
father-daughter
I'm
dynamic looks so adorable.
yeah, and that's I did like how everyone's like, yeah, it's not a sad dad game. It's just a dad game. Like
It's a happy dad.
right. Like there's another way to tackle this dynamic other than the same tropey thing we've seen for the last 5 years.
hmm What about you,
Wow,
Jack?
just throwing shade on Sony without even saying it. That's pretty
You
rough.
didn't say Sony, Jack.
It
Caught,
was implied.
caught.
Implied. No, I'm very much looking forward to playing this eventually. I haven't bought it yet because like the second the reviews dropped, it just sold out everywhere. So I don't know if like a load of people were in like
Yeah,
the same boat as you guys,
my
where it was just like,
Walmart had one
just hover.
copy. It had one copy left at Walmart. Like it was very much like people are really into this, it seems, which is awesome. I'm happy to see Capcom do well.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. Like I was fully expecting this to be like on the lower end. Like I thought this would just be a cool, weird release, and like everyone was saying, oh,
Mhm.
it's like an Xbox 360 game. And it's just like hell yes, that sounds perfect. That sounds like it's going to be a great
Yeah.
78. I'm going to love this. And now it's like, oh well, it's reviewed high, and I'm like, oh well, I don't need to check it out as fast now.
Too high for you, Jack. Because like, no,
Exactly. No,
this is
I
too
don't.
much.
I think this will be my first AAA game this year, so like, I am like really
Oh
looking
yeah,
forward
because you
to it.
skipped Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically the same for me. Because I
Mm,
Oh
don't think
yes.
Pocopia is. I wouldn't count Pocopia as
that's
AAA. It's
triple A.
great, but
Triple game on a indie budget.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I would count Pocopia as triple A. What else would it be? Double A?
it's just. I guess I don't know.
It's AAA on paper, but it has a different vibe.
Oh, also, Bob, you're wrong. High Guard, we both played that, so there you
Oh, so true. You're right.
go.
Hey, that was technically indie, just like all the other games that I say aren't indie.
I want you guys to know, I always forget about High Guard's existence until I start thinking about like what games came out this year that I played, and I always remember that I started my year off with High Guard, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's one. That fucking game is just a blur. Let's
Sure
move on to our
was.
next review. Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, sitting at a 79 on OpenCritic. IGN gave it a 7, Giant Bomb a 3.5 out of 5, Nintendo Life a 7, uh, Sixth Access an 8 out of 10. Seems like people are pretty much into it. I watched someone stream this game. Looks very fun. It looks like a fun time, a good time. Um, I don't know if it's my thing though. That's my kind of big thing. I'm just not into these life sim games, but I do kind of want to check it out. Maybe later this year, maybe next year or something. But it does look like a good vibe. Jack, I think you were playing it.
I'm not probably going to play it just yet, but I am very interested in it. Like, it's it's not my vibe, but I don't know. It just looks like it has the humor that I love. So, and like seeing the like screenshots that people are putting up, like, oh, it looks so chaotic. The fact that they let you put in some of the words that you're allowed to put in, and just let these idiotic me say
Oh yeah,
them.
there's like no filter.
Yeah, and I love that. It's just, yeah, maybe eventually.
What about you,
Yeah,
Bob?
yeah. I'm definitely in the same camp as you guys, where I love watching like streams and videos of this game, and I like how creative people can get. I'm not as creative. Like, I think the main takeaway I've gotten from everything I've seen is that you're only gonna get out how much you put in, and I would only put in the bare minimum just because I'm just not like the type to, get over the top with these kind of
Yeah.
things. But I really like watching people play this game, because I think the creativity of like going over the top and just like spending an hour on building someone's house or like a specific item, that gets used for 2 seconds and is used for one little joke and then it may never appear again. Like, I love that people are going and being that creative. And I think this is the fairest like trade-off for this game because I feel like if Nintendo allowed you to game share this easily, as far as like sharing clips and videos and stuff, I think um, having that accessibility but then making it censored would not be nearly as fun. So
Mhm.
I do kind of like that they threw us a bone of like, all right, listen, it's going to be a pain in the ass to share any of this, but if you do, it's really funny. So have at
Yeah.
it. We're just not going to sponsor you sharing this stuff. And I think that's the best trade off. That's going to let this game succeed, while still letting people do what they want.
I saw
Yeah,
Walter
that's a really
White
good
call
point,
some.
actually.
I saw Walter White call Gus a bitch. Like that's the type of thing that you're able to do now with this thing, which is awesome. But yeah, I God, I love watching it. I'm the same way as you, Bob. But just it's a fun game to watch people play and experience. I'm just not smart, so it's just I don't think I'm gonna get much out of it. Uh, Final game, Mouse PI for Hire, sitting at an 83 on OpenCritic, way higher than I expected. 4 out of 5 from Eurogamer, 6 out of 10 from IGN, 8 out of 10 from GameSpot, 3 out of 5 from Giant Bomb. Overall, it seems pretty positive all around the place. I thought this game looked awesome. I love the 1930s cartoon aesthetic. I love a good boomer shooter. I will say, I saw it was $30, and I kind of went like, oh, damn. Because I was going to buy it immediately, and then it's like, it's that thing. I thought it was $20. So hearing it was $30, I'm like, that 10 extra dollars. I don't know, man. I I don't like to act like a cheapskate, but like $10 is $10. But otherwise, though, I do want to eventually check it out because it does look like a ton of fun. I probably will go ahead and spend the 30 and check it out sometime this weekend because I'm really into the vibes.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn with this game because I'm honestly shocked when people said the runtime is about like 18 to 20 hours. Like
I
that
think they
just
said it themselves a while back.
yeah, I guess I missed that because I was expecting like a quick and easy, 8 to 10 hour game.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing that's kind of because like the it's not necessarily the price. I was expecting a little bit almost like a Cuphead where it is kind of, it could take a while just because of the difficulty or whatever, but not necessarily because they have a lot there. And I also found it weird that apparently it's a lot more Metroidvania in its unlocking structure, and there are really cool things that you can unlock that only comes up in the last hour of the game, but it's not a Metroidvania structure in its map, so you have nothing really to use it on except for the last couple of levels. So I definitely want to check it out. And I think I will probably have some downtime at some point this year to do that. But for now, I feel like I had to, Sophie's choice between all of the games that came out this week, and I think Pragmata is
So
just
much stuff.
gonna be the one to take the priority.
It's a very, very strong week for games. Just lots of good stuff from all the corners, I think. And I think it's going to continue later this month with Saros, I think, which I'm very, very excited to see the reviews for that. Jack, any interest in Mouse BI for hire?
Not immediately. I looked the look of it, but I don't know. Just not really in the mood for it. Like of the games that have come out this week, like definitely Tomodachi Life Pragmata, and like even like Replaced, like Fusion is really selling me on that game just because of the soundtrack. So I don't know. Mouse is quite low down on the list, but I might pick it up when the physical comes out.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's talk about our big topic for the week. And I was thinking about this for a while. I'm like, okay, what do I want the topic to be? And I think we bring this back. You guys remember the company review? I think we bring it back. Now, I'm gonna spin a wheel. We've done quite a few companies already. We're getting down to about, let me check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 companies left. The question is, will we eventually get one of the big three? Because we haven't gotten Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox. So I'm very curious. So tell me right now, in 3, 2, 1, let's spin that wheel.
Man, what did we have
No
last
one
time?
can.
Ubisoft.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm rolling a drum
Ubisoft,
as
I
we
think, was
speak.
the first one. Uh oh.
Oh,
Uh
please no.
oh. You wanna know what it is? We got one of the big
Oh,
three.
oh, don't
Uh-oh.
be Microsoft.
It's Microsoft Xbox Gaming. Bob, you're fighting a 1v2 now.
Well, I'm glad we're doing it now and not before Phil Spencer left.
Yeah. Honestly, it would look immediately outdated. I mean, okay. All jokes aside, let's actually get into it.
Can I
Xbox.
baton
Now,
past
if
the
you don't know
moon?
how we do this, the way we do this is we talk about, like, okay, first and foremost, how we're feeling. Then we talk about the last year for Xbox, the current slate, the future, and just how we think Xbox is looking right now, rated 1 out of 10. Or not 1 out of 10, 1 to 10. I'm not spoiling anything. Don't worry. Uh, I'll ask right now, Bob. At this current moment, how do you feel about Xbox in their state in the industry?
um, yeah, I think at this point it does feel like another time of not necessarily turmoil, but just like uncertainty because it felt like the last regime a lot of the choices made the last few years, they were just doing such hard pivots and such inconsistent pivots. And it was, just kind of confusing to keep up with. And so it'll be interesting to see what initiatives they keep, what initiatives they're going to change, and what that will mean for the ecosystem. Um, but at the same time, I am still very excited for the video games that are coming out. I was very excited for the video games that came out in the last year. And outside of, some notable disappointments, I'm still pretty happy with the game side of things. Um, and yeah, it's kind of a thing where it's like, okay, I'm just going to choose to look at the thing I'm excited about and not the thing I'm not excited about. And also, as a PC player, some of those things don't affect me as hard as they do maybe the console player. So, it truly is a mixed bag, and I think there are a lot of negatives, probably some less positives, but still some positives. And it kind of just depends on what you want to focus on.
Do you still play on your Xbox console a lot?
Um, Not really. It's really the games that I can't play on PC. So, for instance, the college football, like it's mostly the sports games, ironically. Like college football, I am playing on console because it doesn't really work on the Xbox app, and I'm not gonna pay for a Steam version. I don't think they have a Steam version yet, but I wouldn't pay for it because the Steam versions of the EA Sports games are just never that great. So it's mostly been that. I definitely played. I still play Overwatch on console just because, as a controller player, I'm
Console
putting
club,
myself.
baby.
Yeah, I'm putting myself at a disadvantage if I'm playing on controller on PC. I do sometimes. It's not fun because they disable aim assist, but
Dude, it's so I don't know, dude. It's that thing, Bob, where I'm like, yeah, obviously PC shooters like are better. Like you are just gonna have more free range motion. I hate the fuck ass keyboard. I just can't do it. I try so hard. It's so hard to play shooters with a keyboard.
well, it's interesting too because I had tried learning a couple games on keyboard and it wasn't working. I did just get a new keyboard and I'm curious. I haven't really tried a game on it. Usually, the one game I will play on mouse and keyboard, kind of because I have to, is Counter Strike. Because my friends really
I
like
mean,
playing that game.
that's impossible on controller. So yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, they literally don't allow it. So that like that and Deadlock,
And it
I've
feels
tried.
good.
Yeah, and that's a simple one. I've always dabbled in trying to get better with Overwatch on
Yeah.
mouse and keyboard because I believe either Andy or Snowbike Mike, that was the game that got them the switch over.
Dude, that's
And
the thing. I want to do it just for that because I know that the PC player base is like more hardcore about it. And it's like I would like to. It's just man, it's hard.
but that's the thing, Wolf, is that we're kind of on similar player levels, and we're getting on such a
Oh,
tangent, so I'll cut it off here. But like me
we can jump
being
off.
a diamond DPS on controller or on console, and like a plat tank and plat healer, I'm like gold and silver on PC.
No, we're better than that. We're
I
better than that.
swear to God, it is a
I
different
promise, dude.
is
I
a
think
different
we're at
breed.
least plat on PC. I think it's that thing, Bob, where we still have the positioning and game sense. It would just be the aim that we have to get
You
better
would
with.
think that would help, and it for some reason I don't know. I'm telling you right now, it may be because I haven't done placements in a while on PC because I used to have a group of friends I'd play
Yeah,
with
like I said,
exclusively on PC. And so maybe it's because only the hardcore players were playing when no one else was playing, and that's why I was in silver. So maybe there's more people to kind of, dilute the pool, so to speak. But yeah, man, it's hard
I mean,
on PC.
Listen, man, I play tank, so like no aim, no brain. I'm good. But yeah. Anyways, back to off the tangent of Overwatch. That's your Overwatch segment for the week, guys.
Yep. Still, hey, Activision Blizzard, it's an Xbox game.
That's true. That's true. That counts. I mean, that's a thing I definitely want to drill into. But like first and foremost, I want to get Jack your kind of overall thoughts on Xbox at the moment.
Hmm. I have never been more negative on any gaming company than I am with Xbox at the moment.
More than Ubisoft. Wow.
Yep, way more than Ubisoft, and I think I gave them a 2. So just
Brutal.
yeah, I don't want anyone to lose their jobs, but I genuinely feel like the industry is worse with Microsoft in it. It is just
Wow.
every single decision they make seems to just come with like so many asterisks and so many people that lose their jobs, and I'm they frustrate me so much.
It's definitely that like acquisition season Microsoft I hate the most, where it's like they start buying all these companies and it's like you're gonna buy them just to close them. Like, what's even the point of buying them? That's the stuff I
But
hate.
like, look, I was an Xbox fan through the Xbox One. Like, I genuinely looked forward to the new games. Maybe I was just being like petty because everyone had a PS4 and I was in with an Xbox One, but I was defending them. But the whole generation, we were like, right, just wait till next gen. Just wait till next gen. They will turn things around. And now we're in the exact same place again, and somehow I care even less. It's like I
Dude.
just don't care about anything they are putting out. Like Ninja Gaiden 4 came out last year, and that's like the most I've cared about any game that they've published, and I still didn't play it. And it's just
Do,
the vibes are
do you think?
rancid.
Do you think if they weren't published by Xbox, any of the game, like just like if the Microsoft stank wasn't on them, like, do you think you would have cared more about the games, or it's just like, nah, none of these appeal to me at all?
Oh, trying to find a way of
Yeah,
wording this
I can
without
do that.
winding up people in the Discord. Look, I'm. There is a boycott going on against Xbox right now, and I do get the bad vibes around it. And it's not the people at Xbox's fault, but it is the parent company's fault. So the vibes are rancid anyway. If the games
Yeah,
were
no, that's
published by someone else, I would at least play games like Ninja Gaiden. I might have played Avowed if it had got a physical release. But even then, like, I didn't feel passionate about either of them. It was just like, oh, that's cool.
Wait,
But do I
didn't you
want to
play
spend
South of
money on it?
Midnight?
yeah.
Yes,
That's
because
what I
at the
thought.
time I didn't realize, or didn't pay enough attention. That was fully me being an ignorant twat.
Okay, not
Genuinely.
that I wasn't trying to gotcha. I was just
No,
curious. I was
no.
like, wait a second, that
It,
does, but okay, that makes
Yeah, no,
sense.
yeah, no,
I
you are
was
100%
thinking about
right.
South of Midnight too, Bob. Yeah, don't worry.
No, genuinely, I fully, that was a shitty thing from me, and I just didn't pay
Jack,
attention.
It's fine.
And
Who cares?
no, but it,
We're
like,
not gonna
look,
judge you.
I'm judging me. And but
I judge Fusion for worse.
even then though, it was like, look, I had Game Pass and I was interested in the game. I got like a free month of Game Pass with Microsoft reward points that I always have like a stash of. And it was just like, right. And the game was very good. But every day since South of Midnight came out, everyone's been like, is Compulsion going to shut down next? Is Compulsion next?
Yeah, it's that
But
worry every time. Like you play an Xbox game, it's like, okay, but are they okay? And it's like
yeah.
I definitely feel that.
And look, I know I'm being really nasty and I know what I said, but I do want them to turn things around, obviously, because it would be awesome if Microsoft got like felt like a big player again. But right now, I just I just
I
don't feel any
yeah.
positivity towards them at all.
No, that's fair. I feel like I'm more in the middle of you guys, probably closer to Jack. I am very low on Microsoft at the moment. I think they're in a really bad position. I will say, I think they're probably in a better position with Phil gone. I'm anti Phil. I thought clearly he was just bad at his job. I'm even more anti Matt Booty. He's still there, so it's hard to be positive. But I am just in this weird state of like, I don't know if you can turn it around. That's my thing, Jack, where I'm like you. I'm like, I want them to turn it around. I like when there's three big players in the industry, four if you count Steam as well. I like having a large amount of competition. I think Xbox is past the point of no return. I don't know what Project Helix is going to be, but I don't think it's going to be anything that turns the boat around. I think they're just going to basically become a Sega. And here's the big thing, man. I wish they'd just accept it. or I wish in some of their decision making, I wish they'd accept some of their plans. I hate this one foot out the door bullshit that they keep pulling of, oh no, we're not doing exclusives. Oh no, we are doing exclusives. Oh, but we're doing it like this, and Outer Worlds 2 is gonna be 80. Actually, never mind, it's gonna be 70. Oh no, they were gonna make this crap is stupid. You don't run a company wishy-washy and going, oh, it's case by case, and then there isn't ever a case by case. You don't just I just don't know how you run a company like that. It makes no sense. When Nintendo does a stupid decision, you know they're sticking with it. So like there's not this wishy-washy bullshit. When Xbox makes a stupid decision, or if they make a good decision, you don't know if they're going to stick with it. And you don't know if they're going to turn around and be the shittiest gaming company of all time and then hit you with the, oh, but we're going to make Game Pass free this month, guys. Aren't we cool? And then hit you with the next month of, oh, we're shutting down these 3 studios and canceling 3 games. I can't feel optimistic about Xbox. Having said that, I think the games have been good. I think there have been plenty of good games. I haven't played a lot of them, I'll fully admit that. But at least like when talking to Bob and talking to Fusion, who, let's be honest, guys, I think Fusion's secretly the second biggest Xbox fan. I think we can all agree that. When I talk to them, they seem to be very much enjoying a lot of the stuff coming out of Xbox, and I believe them, and I believe a lot of the industry when they say they like these games. Problem is Xbox doesn't make these 90 plus rated games outside of Forza. And like, yeah, Forza's awesome. It's great that that's succeeding, but like I would like to see them to have a Last of Us moment where it's like this is a genre defining, like generation defining game outside of Forza. I always have to mention Forza because Bob's here, don't worry.
Thank you.
I'm making sure I remember. I I just think Xbox is in a weird position where I can't feel excited about them. I can't feel any sense of like hope that they turn things around. I just feel this like pity towards them. I don't like. I just like I pity them. I pity the billion-dollar company. Oh man, but like in general, I just don't get excited about them. But having said that, listen, they're the place where their showcases are by far the best out of the 3. Like at least
Oh,
in a consistent
100%.
standpoint,
Yep.
that's definitely the case. At least consistency wise. And I think they have a strong portfolio of studios that I just wish they'd stop buying and they'd just start supporting the studios that they do have, which granted they've started to do, but that comes after like 30,000 layoffs or some shit. Maybe not 30,000 exactly, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. I'm frustrated with Xbox, but I just give me some games. That's all I want. Give me some good games. Bob, how you feeling?
Yeah, turn it
No,
around.
I mean,
I've really drug it down.
No, I mean, nothing you guys are saying is necessarily wrong. Like I said, it's a matter of what
It's
what
personal
you want to
taste.
focus. Yeah, what you want to focus in on, and I think you guys are both valid. The only thing I will say, and I know this is immediately going to be like whataboutism, and I don't want to come off that way, but
Don't worry.
we've talked about Sony shutting down studios and laying off people as well. So
Oh,
it's like
trust me, Bob. Don't worry. I
that's
fucking
what I'm
hate
saying.
Sony.
Like it's bad, but it's like unfortunately I think it's more of a sign of the industry. I think the more the one I will not defend is Tango, and after Hi-Fi, I think that's still just the stupidest decision of all time. And the one that like really infuriates me. But I think the rest of them are kind of just like, yeah, the industry kind of sucks right now. And no one's really safe from closing down studios or laying off people because there was clearly way too big of an expansion post COVID, and now we're kind of like coming back to the mean, and that really sucks.
Yeah, and I will say a lot of people like to like throw out me. It's like, oh, but Sony this and Nintendo that, and I'm not saying you're saying this, Bob, but it's like, brother, guys, I hate all of them. I think Sony's made a lot of stupid decisions. I think, brother, my Switch 2, it's sitting there. It's sitting pretty.
Mm-mm.
It ain't doing nothing. It's just sitting pretty right now. Okay. Sony and Nintendo annoy the hell out of me too. I just think with Xbox, it's vastly more often they frustrate me. But anyways,
I think
I
it
do want to.
feels bigger when
Yeah, go
Xbox
ahead.
does it because they. I'm not saying it is bigger. Either way, people are losing their jobs. It's fucked up both sides. Sony closing Blue Point is like completely. I was already negative on them, but now I'm like,
Yeah.
they're pretty low as well. But like, I feel like it feels bigger because Xbox announces games, hypes them up for years, half a decade for some of them, and then cancels them. Whereas
Yeah.
Sony doesn't really do that.
They don't even
Other than
announce
Last of Us 2 multiplayer. But
And I think to your point, Jack, it's and this is I think a criticism we all agree on. I'm kind of over the parasocial marketing and like
Oh my God,
happy-go-lucky attitude Xbox has, and you're right. I
Yeah.
think that does play into a factor of like, why are you gonna, be all sunshine and rainbows and then do the same shit? At least Sony and Nintendo just don't say anything, and then it
Yeah.
happens, and it feels. I can definitely understand like the like vibes of how they go about it. It makes it feel different.
Nintendo only releases cozy games, and PlayStation releases 2 games a year. So it's like it's hard to be as upset because they're not constantly going like, "Hey guys."
Yeah, they're not trying to be your friend.
Exactly. Let's talk real
I
quick about.
Oh, sorry,
Go
go
for
on.
it. No, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I was going to compliment them on the amount of releases they have finally got coming out a year, because like
Yes.
even though it is like tough to be hyped for them because you get a bit worried about them, even then, if you like disregard that, I would rather have like 10 South of Midnights than one 90+ Game of the Year nominated game. So them releasing stuff like South of Midnight, stuff like Kiln, stuff like what was the Lighthouse game?
Keeper.
Keeper. I love that they're doing that still.
Yeah.
And
No, I think I
again,
definitely agree with you there.
I would rather they like kept doing that than start chasing after spending absolute fortune on games. Just just stay in your. I guess I don't want to say stay in your lane, but if
It's
you
the
carve
worry
out
that they're
this
not. They're
platform,
gonna stop doing that. I definitely feel
yes,
that.
and like during the last generation, like Microsoft said at the beginning of this generation, like we lost the worst generation to lose, yada yada yada. We were never going to catch up to Sony, but like, was Xbox like, was it impossible for them not to at least try? Because it just felt like after Starfield, they were like,
They gave up.
oh, we'll try something else, and then they change the mind again, and we'll try something else, and then we'll change the mind again and try something else. And I at the end of the last generation, I knew quite a few people who owned all 3 consoles because they wanted an Xbox still. They had a PS4, but they still wanted an Xbox. Especially
Yeah.
like when the S came
I'm one of
out,
those
and it was just
people.
like it was a relatively. It wasn't affordable, but Black Friday you could get an Xbox One S for really cheap, and people were buying it because they were like, "Oh, it'd be cool to play this on Xbox. It'd be cool to play Gears again. It'd be cool to play Halo again." And that's in the UK where everyone hates Xbox. So, but and I guess I'm just wondering, like, was it really impossible for Xbox not to try and just be an additional console as well as instead of just the replacement and trying to compete directly fully with Sony?
It's that thing, Jack. At the beginning of the generation, if you ask me, it's like PS5 or Xbox Series consoles. I'd be like, well, this and that and the other. It's like, oh, PlayStation got the exclusives more consistently. Oh, but Xbox has what's it called? They're more affordable, and Game Pass is so good. Now I'm like, oh, just get a PlayStation. Why would you ever get an Xbox? Actually, you know what? The real answer: build a PC. But like in general, in no universe would I ever recommend getting an Xbox at this point. It's just it's a lost cause, and it sounds mean, and it's because I mean it to be mean. I don't really feel much sympathy towards Xbox at this point.
I am
Uh,
curious, like, what they do next. Like, if they can pick a plan and stick to it, I would
that's my thing. They
genuinely,
got to stick to it. They
yeah.
keep switching it. They keep switching the strategy. I mean, Bob, I'll ask you, what plan do you think? Do you think they should stick to one path, and what path should that be?
Yeah, it
That's a loaded question.
it really is, because it's like they're still trying to, like, I would say, after Starfield, Fable is their next shot at, a 90, open critic tentpole game that'll get like Game Award recognition.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen, I mean, I guess
exclusive.
Clockwork Revolution would be, well, yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. Like in the more like cinematic
enough, yeah.
or narrative, or not
Sad
a
ad.
racing game. I guess more traditional genre.
Bob, I've been on your side with that more lately. Yeah, fuck Sony, man. That game sucks, bro. That whole company sucks, bro. I'm tired of these sad dad games. I do want to just race cars.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
and it's
continue.
like, well, and I think that they definitely, when you talk about, the start of the console generation in 2020, when it did feel more, I guess, a toss up, and if it came down to the games, and the games either got delayed or didn't hit, I guess, in the way that people wanted it to. The Halo Infinite launch was weird and kind of staggered, and lost a lot of steam, and the campaign wasn't story wise what people wanted it to be. Forza came out, but it was a racing game, so it was kind of, I guess, panned over, even though
It's
like
not
it
the
did get a
same,
lot of
yeah.
recognition. But I don't know, it's not, racing games not really going to sell you on consoles, I guess.
And you say that, but look how well it sells.
Well, and
It's
that's
so
the part that
better than the
drives me
Halos
insane,
and
is it does kind of feel like revisionist history when all of a sudden everyone's hyped on how well Horizon 5 sold, and Horizon 6. I'm like, so where the fuck was this in 2021? Because I feel like it wasn't, as I feel like I was the only person hyping it up. But
I guess that's like why I'm curious. Like something like Fable, yes, it might get like a 90 and be a Game of the Year nominee. But does it? It's not going to sell as much as a Forza. So, like, what matters more to Xbox in this particular moment?
well, I mean it, especially after Activision Blizzard. I don't know if they really, like, I understand why they're doing certain things third party, but you do have like games that will make you money. Whether that is King with Candy Crush, whether that is Call of Duty for all of its flaws. Um,
Yeah,
like you do
that's
have
free
this
revenue.
like you have this pocket to kind of make those South of Midnights, and those Avoweds and those Outer Worlds, and I kind of hope they can kind of fit in that pocket, because uh, the as we saw with Perfect Dark, making those, and as we're seeing with Sony, making those huge expensive AAA budget games. um you know Sony's actually producing them, and they're coming out well received, and they're are garnering a lot of claim, as they should. But it's coming at a huge cost, and it's like, if you don't have that ability, like, why? Nintendo's not doing it. Nintendo's not making sad dad Mario games. They're staying in their
It
pocket.
shook though. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, just change up the Mario Galaxy movie a little bit, and make it a Bowser Jr. sad dad game. But yeah,
Make that what the movie was.
I guess the pocket for Xbox has always been kind of the FPS shooter um, genre. I mean, Gears E-Day will be an interesting one to kind of follow this year, because I feel like that is at its core the most Xbox ass Xbox game. And even though it'll be on all platforms, I think that'll kind of be an interesting checkpoint to be like, all right, what do you guys, is it going to be like, what is that lane? I couldn't tell you, Wolf. I really couldn't tell you what that lane or what that direction's going to be. It kind of seems like they're still just, kind of making all sorts of different games, which, I'm okay with. But it, at the same time, it doesn't feel like they have an identity right now.
Yeah, I want them to find their identity and figure it out and just stick with it. A lot of people are going to be upset about it. Fuck them. At the end of the day, I'd rather you just choose one path instead of trying to somehow please everyone, and instead making everyone upset.
In my eyes, I'm of the mind of like just stick with the third party plan and just the Helix is on PC. Okay, cool. Just make it a PC. Just be third party, be Sega. I want you to just say fuck it. We're not doing the exclusive thing anymore. We're on everything. Play it anywhere. And like we're trying to be anti-exclusive and not this wishy-washy. It's like, oh, come 6 months later. It's like, what? No, like it just, I don't know. And like you could argue, it's like, oh, but they're not getting sales on the Xbox. They're not getting sales on the Xbox either way. Okay, like we've reached that point, and I just don't know how you want these games to sell if you're not putting them on all platforms, and that includes PlayStation and Switch.
Apparently, Gears
Uh,
isn't even announced for PS5 yet. I do wonder if like Asher
that's
just
a good point.
pushes the PS5 version back just to pretend
I
that
mean,
they
yeah,
care.
yeah, that's a good point, man. It's I don't know, it's weird.
I would like to look. I know I had a rant. I would like to say Blizzard right now. You spoke
Yeah,
about
they're doing
Overwatch
awesome.
earlier, but just everything Blizzard is doing right now seems to be like so much better than they were in like just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like you
I
compare
wanted
it to
to
like
bring that up too.
2021.
I think of the three, like the Activision, the Blizzard, and the Bethesda, I think Blizzard is in the best state they've been in a while. And it's because Bobby Kotick isn't there. I think they have substantially improved everything regarding Blizzard because they've kind of just been allowed to do their own thing. They're not dealing with corporate overlords. And the new CEO over at Blizzard has just allowed the teams to cook and do what they need to. And I think WoW has improved substantially, Overwatch has improved substantially. Um, Whatever else they make. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know exactly.
people seem to be excited about that new expansion.
True, yeah. And I mean, there was that rumor about the StarCraft game, like the shooter. Like, hey, weird to do that before a StarCraft 3, but hey, if it's good, it's good. Listen, man, Blizzard definitely out of the three that got bought out, fared the best. And I think they're doing great. And as for the other two, I mean, I think listen, man, as a hardcore Bethesda fan, I fucking hate Bethesda right now. They piss me off. I won't even talk about Starfield. I'll just talk about like I think it just in general. I think a lot of Bethesda and their studios under them could be doing a lot better, and I feel like that would be discussed in the 2025 roundup real quick. And then who's the last one? Activision. Activision's always been shit, and I think they're just continuing to be shit. I think Call of Duty has been ran down the ground. I know people really like Black Ops 6, but then you look at something like Black Ops 7 and a lot of the AI art controversies and the constant like development pipeline, all this crap surrounding Activision. I'm just like, I don't know if you can fix that machine anymore. It's a Call of Duty company now, which sucks.
Yeah, I'm biting my tongue on the AI thing. I'm like, look, we'll see. Activision's the other one right now, so let's just if it stays like that, awesome.
Mhm.
I do have like a list of their upcoming games if you'd like me to read it.
I wanted to real quick talk about the 2025 year
Oh
for
yeah.
Xbox. I do want to bring up they had a lot. Like in terms of like quantity, I mean, Bob, you were talking all the time on the podcast about Candy Crush Solitaire. We all were talking about it with you. That was obviously the big game that started out their year. But then, we had Avowed, South of Midnight, Oblivion Remastered, Forza 5 coming to PlayStation, Doom the Dark Ages, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 plus 4, Grounded 2, The Heretic plus Hexen, Gears of War Reloaded, Keeper, Ninja Gaiden 4, The Outer Worlds 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I think that's the one thing I can give Xbox is they have by far the most releases, which I would hope so with how many companies you own, but it's still something to be commended for.
And not to cheat, but I thought there was also a lot of great Game Pass day one
Oh
additions
No,
yeah.
that
last
counts.
year.
That should count it.
Because like
Yeah,
Blueprints, Expedition 33, Ball Pit, I
Silk
believe
Song.
were Silk Song.
Yes,
They
Silk
were all
Song.
on Game Pass. Like I thought it was a great year, both internally published games and for Game Pass partnerships.
yeah, I think though I will say, like, while that was the case, it was a great year. There were games that did not really hit the mark. Big one being About, I think. And like I know you guys really enjoyed South of Midnight, but it seems like that one didn't really hit nearly as hard as I think it should have, considering how long it was in development.
I mean, I don't know what the expectation was for it though. So
Nope, that's fair. That's fair. And I like Doom: The Dark Ages a lot, but I do think it's the weakest of the Doom games. it is very much like Pro Skater 3+4. It's like the Pro Skater 4 stuff sucked. I thought Pro Skater 3 stuff was handled amazingly, and then the Pro Skater 4 stuff was pretty dog shit in my opinion. And then from there, I mean, like Grounded 2, I feel like that's like a quiet community really sticking to it. I know
That
you
is
really
early
enjoyed
access
Outer
as well,
Worlds
to
2,
be
Bob.
fair.
Yeah, early access. You're right. Ninja Gaiden 4 had a pretty strong group of people really championing it. Keeper really got buried, and like it was that thing you mentioned, Bob, of hey, Xbox, you got to stop burying these games like all on top of each other. Something like Keeper that would have done numbers if it came out in like January.
Yeah, I mean, Outer Worlds 2 also got buried because I don't know many people who played that game in or around launch. I mean, it even took me a couple weeks to
Yeah.
get to it. And you know, it was a great game that I think absolutely got buried beneath, you know, so many other Xbox, you know, release games in that similar time frame.
Including new hardware. Like, that was last October. I genuinely forgot.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. The ROG Ally X. What the fuck?
What's the
Okay,
full title?
I need
Can
to,
anyone remember the full title? Just out of curiosity.
I think it was
The Xbox ROG Ally X.
the Asus
Oh
Xbox
yeah, the
ROG
Asus,
Ally
yeah.
X.
Yeah.
Okay, was this a fever dream? Did they have like a MetaQuest 3 Xbox
They
edition?
did. I don't know if that was
Oh, yeah.
2025 though.
I think it was. I don't know. Maybe. Man,
I can't remember.
Xbox. That's the thing. I feel like they also just throw out hardware ideas, and it's like, hey, man, what you guys really could have done a portable Xbox like better than the Asus a ROG Ally X, because I feel like while I think a lot of people were like, wow, this is a great device, it's really well made. Nobody bought it because it was $1,000.
Well, not just that. Like, they were making promises about it having the proper Xbox experience that everyone was looking forward to, being on a Windows device, and then, you know, it was still Windows. So people got their hopes up.
Yeah,
My favorite,
I think
yeah.
it was definitely more of like a guinea pig trial situation
sure.
because it's clear that whatever they are doing with that is going to be whatever Helix ends up being. But at the same time, like I don't know, I would much rather Xbox do a partnership with someone like Asus to be like, hey, we don't really want it or have the capacity to make hardware right now. We're just going to steal yours, change the controller handles, and here's all the software. And then that way you can get something out that is, I mean, it is still, like Wolf said, if you have the money for it, it is still kind of, it's the best handheld in its own price range. It's just, it's $1,000. There's the $600 one. Do not get that one. Get a Steam Deck or the Legion Go for a similar price because the non-X Asus ROG Xbox Ally, no X at the end, is not a good handheld. But the X1, the more expensive one, is.
Real quick, I want to shout out Ghost of Yote takes home the BAFTA for best music.
Right now?
Okay.
I really like that
AW
soundtrack.
Hey, it's a good soundtrack. I will get
It wasn't in, like, my top
Japanese guitar.
5 of last year, with like one of the best years in gaming music ever, but it was a really good soundtrack.
Silk Song, you get screwed yet again. Thanks, Fusion. Let's talk about what you were going to talk about, Jack, with the release schedule this year. I know you have a list ready.
It's probably the same list you were just reading.
Oh, okay.
Well,
cool.
we've got Kiln coming out. What is that, next week?
Next week, dude, this might be the least talked about game in gaming history, but from like a AAA publisher. I have
Look,
not
it's gonna
heard a
pop
peep
off.
about this game since it was announced.
Well, they did have a preview event about a month ago.
Yeah, but did anyone talk about it, Bob?
I mean, kind of funny. Did a preview on it. Like the previews were being
They were
made.
paid. They were paid.
Okay, but they were still being made. Whether you clicked in on it is entirely one thing. But it's
I
not
know,
like it's
I'm
not
just
like the
rage
preview
baiting you.
happened and no one said anything.
I'm just fucking with you. But like, still though, you do have to admit,
Yes,
I
it's
feel like this is
100%. It is
I have
still
no
like
idea what this is still.
it's not. I don't know how.
Not exciting.
It's too much money. That's at the end of the day. Like this game needs to be $10 or less. I know it's on Game Pass, but clearly that's not going to be enough.
Wait, how much is it?
Isn't it 30?
Like 30? Yeah, I think it was 30.
If it's 30, oh my god, there's
Yeah,
no
it-
way.
Look, I will double check. I'll check because I don't want to make an
Bro,
assumption.
I'm gonna say it, man. Indie devs are getting fucking greedy, dude. We gotta stop with this $30 price point. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit about your kids and family, bro. We gotta stop. Can we
Oh,
go back to 20?
Apparently it's 20.
Okay, it's 20. All right. But still, though,
18,
from
10% off sale for opening the release day sale. $18.
Look, someone needs to have a conversation with Aggro Crab. I hear that $8 is a great getting number to price your game at.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, you're right. $18. That is a better price than 20. You know what's a better price than that? Fortnite, which is free.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is a multiplayer video game. I just don't think anyone's going to hop off their multiplayer games for this. I'm sounding mean. I want it to do well. I love Double Fine. I feel like there's not going to be any sign of this thing doing it. I feel like it's going to get buried in the financial reports.
It needs to have a pop off moment and like naturally through whatever community it finds, but that's never the goal you want on a release. Like, we're just gonna release it and hope people like it and hope it has its own viral moment. Like, that's not
Exactly.
not the idea. But at the same time, this isn't, this is a game that came out of Double Fine's, game jam. So
Amnesia
Yeah,
for
it's
Fortnite.
like a
Nothing.
low.
it's hard to.
It's
It's
low
not like this
investment.
is the tentpole game, which neither was Keeper. So it's like, all right, where the fuck is that tentpole
Yeah,
game?
it's that problem. I'm starting to get more worried about Double Fine, which, as Jack stated, I should not have to feel scared for game developers every time they release a game.
Yeah.
I should be like, wow, great job on that game. Can't wait for your next. Now it's whenever it comes to Xbox games, I'm like, wow, great job on that game. I hope you release another one.
Yeah.
I look. As far as like Xbox owned studios go, I think Double Fine could spin off anyway. So, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they have the
kind of
sauce.
like Toys for Bob.
I mean, Psychonauts 2 was literally crowdfunded for the majority of its
True.
development cycle.
Could you crowdfund like a studio spin-off? Like, hey, could you help us buy
Guys,
ourselves?
please. I mean, if that happened, what would happen if they got shut down is just Tim Schafer would make a new studio and get all the same people. So like, I think that'll be fine.
Triple Fine.
Triple okay.
And then obviously we got Bob's Game of the Year next.
I was going to say that speaking of quiet games, with no juice, no one's talking about these games.
Just the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
We're just rage. This is the rage bait Bob section.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited for Forza Horizon 6. All the preview coverage has been awesome. Honestly, I haven't been looking at too much of it just because, if there's one game I know I'm gonna play, it's this one.
Yeah.
But from everything I've heard, it sounds positive. It sounds like they're still iterating and doing new things, which I know from a car fan perspective sounds like what more could you iterate on a racing game, but it does sound like they are making meaningful improvements and changes. But I think for most people it's just going to be like, is it cool driving around Japan? And so far that answer is yes.
5 was excellent, so like this is almost certainly going to be a banger.
Mm-hmm.
And like I really hope, because that was the one thing. My one concern was, did Playground get gutted, specifically the Horizon team get gutted, for people moving over to Fable? And it does sound like there is still a very solid core there who made a great game. And I'm selfishly hoping that, like I said earlier, with kind of the weird recency bias on 5 where everyone wants to celebrate, I'm like, cool, let's keep that energy for 6, because like it sounds like it's going to very much be the same thing, and it should rate in the 90s, and it should get way more love than 5 for some reason did not get.
Well, you talked about Playground maybe getting gutted for Fable, but if only Xbox had another racing team that could support them.
Well, they kind of do. I
Yeah.
know like Turn 10 definitely has done a lot more support on 6 than which unfortunately I think has kind of been a thing of like I don't know if we're getting another Forza Motorsport. The proper like I don't know what's going on there. They haven't said, and honestly, like I don't know. Maybe Motorsport is just the forever game that they keep continuously updating. Because you don't necessarily need a new one. You can keep updating that one. But they're definitely it seems like going to be way more of a support studio for Playground, which is funny because they started
It's a
out as
spin-off.
the opposite. Yep.
It was very much it's just like Persona, where Persona became way bigger than Shin Megami Tensei.
Yep.
Which, by the way, Bob, I completely forgot to confront you on this. I should have confronted you on this earlier. And I know we're going long, but I have to do this. Overrated game, Persona 5? Really? Overrated. With your heart, you said that. You
Yep,
say
sure did.
Persona 5. Oh
Yep.
my god.
I
One of the
played
best games of all time. And you're like, oh, there's no cars in it. What?
I played 40 hours of that damn game and I just kept forcing myself to keep playing. I'm like, I don't get it,
No
man.
balls or guns, man. And he's out. To think your goat turns into a ball and gun gamer. Fucking.
A
I mean,
ball
hey,
gun and wheel gamer.
I mean, hey, I got my revenge. I put Witcher 3 as my overrated game, so you know what? We're good.
Listen, it's a category that's supposed to hurt people. All right, I don't
Yeah,
take
true.
any I don't take any specific blame in that part.
Jack, what did you put for your overrated game?
Final Fantasy IV, and everyone in the Discord told me that that's not overrated because they've never heard anyone talk about it.
Yeah,
No, that's a good answer.
no.
That's actually,
Which is like insane because it's like one of the most beloved Final Fantasy games. But
no. Jack is actually 100% right. That game is very much like people really hype it up a lot.
I
yeah,
have heard some hype, but like even between like the Pixel remakes, people are saying play 6 before they're saying play 4.
oh,
No,
100%. Like 6 is the traditional
think
Final Fantasy game that everyone loves, but like 4 is like the second one. It's the one that most
Yeah,
people like
agreed.
yeah,
grew up
I
with the
think that's the
franchise
thing.
and nostalgic
Jack is
about.
saying Jack isn't saying 4 is the most beloved, like that's the Final Fantasy. He's saying people put it in their top 3, top 5 Final Fantasies when he's saying it's not a top 5 Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
Speaking
that is
for you
fair.
there, I don't know.
No, you're pretty much right. Like I love the classic Final Fantasies, but like I would play any of the first 6 other than 4. Like I would rather play the first 3 than 4 because
You'd
it's
rather play
just
2?
I love 2. I'm that sicko.
2 is kind of funny. I always see stuff about 2. I'm like, these guys are crazy back then. Fuck yeah, dude. There's a this is such a tangent. I love the era of NES like sequels that were completely different. Like Zelda 2.
Exactly.
It's like, why did you guys do that? That was so weird.
I
But anyway,
oh,
oh sorry, go.
sorry, go on. No, I was
No,
just
you're good.
sort of slowly bringing it back to Forza. Is this the first one on the new engine, Bob? First for Horizon one, or was 5 on
Is
the new engine?
there's a new engine?
They redid the Forza Tech engine for Motorsport, didn't they?
I don't know if that is that might be a turn 10 thing because I'm not 100% sure
No,
because they play
I,
completely differently in the regard of like there's way more customization and tuning on Motorsport than there is Horizon, and it kind of has to be because when
It's an
you
arcade
drive
version
off
of
road in
it.
Motorsport, you're slowing down. Like your car's braking. When you drive off road in Horizon, it's encouraged. So I'm not 100%. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure they share that
yeah,
specific engine.
because I know Fable's on the new Forza Tech engine, which is interesting. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
was just
That almost seems like an EA Snowdrop or Snow.
Oh
What is
yeah.
it?
The
Frostbite.
Snowdrop, I think.
Frostbite,
Frostbite. Yeah,
Yeah.
Snowdrop's Ubisoft.
Yeah, that kind of seems like a Frostbite situation. But if that's what gets them that insane graphic fidelity,
Well,
I
look
will
how
look
long
into
they've
that
been
though.
working on it. I feel like with Fable, they've working on it so long, they probably adjusted it to work for a RPG.
And yeah, they wouldn't not put it on that engine if they didn't think it could work.
Exactly. Anyways, moving into the next one, Halo Campaign Evolved. Bob, your favorite.
Real quick, going back to what Jack said, yeah, apparently it is using that new Forza Tech engine. That was
Yeah, I just couldn't
specifically.
remember whether 5 used it.
I don't think so because 5 was also still on Xbox One,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, that's true.
Mm.
It was cross-gen.
So I think 6 is utilizing the Series X. Anyways, so I was. Hey Wolf, I was wrong again. Mark that down.
Yeah, no, I already have like a whole Bible written about how Bop is wrong. I'm gonna show
I
it to
just
you on your
I
funeral.
just find internal engines interesting. It's just like
No,
there are
yeah,
things that
I
100%.
love internal engines. They're cool. Slipstream.
Yeah, talk about a failure. Yeah, yeah, and Slipstream with Halo because this is on Unreal, right?
Yeah, this is the first one they're
Yes.
doing with Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. I mean, hey
Which
man,
is
I'll play it. I'm not looking. I still cannot believe this is a summer release when all they showed is one fucking level last year. But whatever, like, fine. Release it in the summer. I don't care.
I love, dude, every like casual Halo fan's like, yeah, can't wait to play Halo again. And every hardcore Halo fan's like, I can't do it anymore. Just end this fucking franchise. It's
Yeah,
like depressing, man.
I mean, listen, I will be happy to be blown away. It's just it's kind of the same thing of like Last of Us 1. How many fucking times are we gonna release this game?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's weird to do yet another remake of Halo 1. And also to not have the multiplayer. And every time it's like, well, the Halo 1 multiplayer isn't good. Okay, well, this is the remake. It's the definitive version, apparently. Add something. I am so sick of remakes not having everything. It's just every time. Every
Yep,
time. The
not
remake
wrong.
comes out and it has less content than the original. It's like what are you even here for? I'm with Jack. Fuck remakes.
And
I was
that
gonna
being
say,
said, they still got the
yeah.
cut levels being
The
added,
cut levels
whatever
are
that means.
yeah, but not the multiplayer. Hey, I still predicted them. They will release the multiplayer eventually, somewhere. But I don't know. It's just asinine to me. I just there are some franchises where it's like I probably could have made a better game. Like I probably could have ran the Halo franchise better than Microsoft runs the Halo franchise, and I
Halo
think
Infinite
we could
was good.
all
People were
have.
too mean to it.
Which
Yeah,
game?
Halo Infinite was a
Infinite.
good game. It was just
Well, yeah. It just didn't have a roadmap. That was the problem with it.
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
and even like I thought the multiplayer got too harsh of criticism. My only problem with the story, because I did kind of like the open world sandbox they did, it's just that story is so mangled to death that like they've brought back Cortana way too many times. They've like weirdly not like they finally had an interesting faction and then kind of did nothing with it. Like I it was not that when it kind of felt like it was a soft reboot and then it was still just like, "Yeah, what are we doing? Like the story is incoherent." That's the part that really bothered me.
To get through these last few games a bit quicker, Fable, we already talked all about it. I don't think we need to talk more. Minecraft Dungeons 2, hey man, I played the first game in one night, so I don't know. We'll see. This is one of those games where it's like I don't think any of us are interested, but it will probably make a lot of money.
I was gonna say, I
And
think it could be
here's a,
pretty impressive for Microsoft.
yeah, no, that's for sure. I think that's the thing. Is like I don't think we have much to say about it though,
Oh,
outside of just like it's gonna make a lot of money. Gears of War E-Day. I mean, this is one that I know Beef's excited for at least.
I-
None of us are Gears fans.
But
We're a rough crew.
I really cannot believe the Gears game I've played the most of is Tactics. Um,
Well, yeah,
I
because all the other ones are boring ass third person shooters. I'm sorry, I'm being
I mean, I've played a decent amount of Gears 1, and I can't remember what came out to make me stop playing through those games, but I do kind of want E-Day to be, especially because it is like a story prequel. I want that to be the like, okay, no, seriously, let's give this franchise a shot because
yeah,
I,
especially
I
after 5.
yeah, it's just weird to not, that's like it's like playing Sony games for 20 years and never playing an Uncharted. Like this is such a core
Mm.
franchise for this ecosystem and I just have not interacted with it a whole lot.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's just like it's definitely one of Xbox's biggest franchises, so they know they have to do something with Gears of War 8 to get people really into it. They haven't really talked about it much since the reveal. Not even a trailer or like anything. I do think we're gonna get that big. I mean, we're getting that big blowout for sure at the Dev Direct. I'm hoping we watch that and go like, "Damn, this is so impressive!" Like, even as a non-Gears fans, we gotta check this out. Um, and we can just like cycle through these last like unannounced games. Which, by the way, a lot more unannounced games than I realized because we have or not unannounced. Sorry, undated. We have OD, State of Decay 3, Clockwork Revolution, Marvel's Blade, which I completely forgot about, The Elder Scrolls 6, Minecraft Blast, God bless, I don't even know what that is, Overwatch Rush, the mobile game, the Untitled Toys for Bob game, the Untitled narrative-based AAA game being done by Elsewhere Entertainment. I think that's the Activision studio.
Yep.
The new one.
Yeah, I mean that just says a lot. It's like they do have a lot in the chamber right now, and the question is, one, when do all of these come out, and two, I mean, will they be good? And I think a lot of these I think will be good. I think Clockwork Revolution, that's almost a guaranteed banger. That looks phenomenal. I do believe in that Toys for Bob game being Spyro, and I think that's going to be awesome. But then, I mean, OD is obviously going to be great. Kojima never misses. But then it's the question of like, is State of Decay 3 going to come out and like really bring people in a big way to it, because they just revealed the alpha is next month, which is just the alpha. That's crazy, man. And Blade, I mean, like, I'm excited for the prospect of Blade, but like, how long is it? Like, is it gonna take? And I mean, listen, man, the least that I talk about the Elder Scrolls 6, the more my mental sanity will be okay, because I don't even want to think about that game right now.
Yeah, I don't think Bethesda wants to think about that game either because they know how
Yep.
far out it still is. As Todd Howard keeps saying over and over, like,
Guys,
man,
it's
we
really far.
yeah.
Yeah, we know.
I do. I mean, I have no doubt in Blade. I think Arcane Leon is a really talented studio.
For sure.
And I love that game director. I forget his name off the top of my head.
Dinga, I know his
Yeah.
first name.
I think they're very talented, and I'm excited to see what they can make out of that. And let's see what else. State of Decay 3, clearly, whatever was shown in that cinematic, that was just a Word doc. I think it's just going to be more State of Decay. I don't think we're getting any like high budget, zombie animal, addition to the game. I think it's just going to be more State of Decay. I never went back to 2 because State of Decay 2 low key has a No Man's Sky track record of consistent updates that like the player base really enjoyed. They're all done now, so I do kind of want to go back over and see how that game plays now. But I would expect 3 to be more of the same. I and then Clockwork. I'm super excited for next year. I think it's going to land in kind of a Obsidian territory, where it'll review well. It might actually review even higher because I know Wasteland 3 actually got really good reviews. But it's still, I feel like it's still going to be a little bit too niche to get that widespread acclaim. But who knows? Maybe it'll really just pop off.
Yeah, I mean, State of Decay 2 had definitely a strong following behind it.
hmm
What about you, Jack? How are you feeling about these last few games?
I mean, the one that would obviously interest me the most is Elder Scrolls 6, but I'm not
Yeah.
getting my hopes up to see that
After
this decade.
Starfield.
Hey, I like Starfield.
Hey, me
I'm
too,
one of-
Jack.
Hell yeah, he's outnumbered.
Yeah, you betrayed me, Bob. That's why I'm outnumbered.
hmm
Because you were like, "Hey, wait a minute, I like Starfield actually."
Yeah, turns out when I play that game in a better fashion than how I was, it's a fun game.
Oh my god, disrespectful.
Is it as buggy as they say now? It
Listen,
wasn't that buggy at launch.
we'll get to it in what we've been playing. We don't need to
Okay.
drag out this Xbox conversation any longer.
But yeah, the other games that I mean, Marvel's
Oh,
Blade.
OD. I'm still not convinced. Like I trust Kojima. I just feel like he's being pulled in a bunch of different directions. So I don't know how that's gonna look. Also, it's horror, so I'm probably not gonna play it.
Says you're gonna get into a real big horror phase before that game comes out. Just mark my words. Anyways, that's everything in regards to their upcoming slate. At least from what I can tell. Obviously, I mean we could talk about like their current live service stuff. They own Call of Duty, which I think we all agree is in a pretty shitty position right now. The games are
I mean,
just
Fusion
bad.
says otherwise, so maybe we're just not tuned in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it, man. Fusion's a ball and gun gamer, dude. We don't need to listen to him.
yeah, but also ball and gun gamers, like he does have a little respect for himself,
Yeah, I
and
know.
he has been on record of saying 7 is better than 6. Campaign non-inclusive.
That's
The
my thing.
actual,
It's like, why even have these campaigns if they're gonna be this ass?
I mean,
Like,
we've said that about Call of Duty for years, and
I
then they
know,
said,
but
"Fuck
like,
it, we're not going to have a campaign," and then people got pissed.
have the campaign, but have
It's
it be
me, I'm
good.
people.
I'm the people too. Like, listen, okay. It's just a bad look when your campaign is bad. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Even if
agreed.
people aren't gonna play it, it's a really bad look for your franchise. And really, I'm mostly talking about like the stuff in regards to the AI generated art and just the
Yep.
way that I feel like the game's been monetized. I just think I I want I want Call of Duty to be as good as it was during the PS3 360 era, and maybe it'll never be that way. That's fine. I want it to at least be consistently good. And I'm tired of this just like 1 year they're on, 1 year they're off.
I will agree with you, Wolf, that like I would much rather them have no campaign than some dog shit AI campaign.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair. But like, I don't know. I had fun with Black Ops 6. I feel like that kind of had a moment. Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, the newer ones, they had a moment. Like, I think it's just the way video games are now. I don't know if there's ever going to be like I think they're like Call of Duty's just gonna have moments now. It's never going to be as we're not gonna the nostalgia's in the past. I don't think we're going to be able to that
Yeah,
genie's not going to be able to come back out of the bottle.
and I'm a very like lapsed Call of Duty gamer, so I guess like it just doesn't matter what I think. But I don't know. It very much frustrates me the way the franchise is now. But also, I know there are people that are still a fan of like just that loop. Which sure, I
Did
hate
they ever
Fusion,
add them
man. We
all
gotta
to
stop
Game
bringing them
Pass?
up.
What did you say, Jack?
Did they ever add all the old ones to Game Pass that was rumored forever?
No.
Vanguard got added like yesterday out of nowhere, so they are drip feeding slower than Nintendo on these apparently.
Bro, fucking I remember when I was like wanting to buy I think Black Ops 2 and Moon foolishly convinced me. It's like, oh, they'll add it to Game Pass soon. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just wait for that. Still waiting, Moon. Still waiting.
Yeah.
Now I don't even turn on my Xbox. So like by the time they do it, it's like, oh, too late, buddy.
Yeah.
I turned on my Xbox just the other week, so maybe I am the big fan here.
You're
do
the biggest
what?
fan out of us, yeah.
To play Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Because the backwards compatibility on that console is still fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the thing that I think they've done well on. But also they kind of stopped. So it's like, okay, well, we got
I
all the
don't think there's
backwards
anything
compatibility.
left to do. Is the problem? Everything else
I've
is going to
heard-
be licensing issues.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
made a list of every single game Microsoft published during the Xbox 360 era because I'm one of those people. And there are a lot of games that are just impossible to play right now. I would like it if they put them on.
But are they
Without
like
licensing.
are they licensed or
Some of them are just like completely first party. Now, granted, some of them are bad, but they still deserve to be preserved.
What about Cameo? Is that still playable?
I think Cameo's backwards compatible. In fact, yeah, because it was released
Thank
on
God.
in Rare Replay, wasn't it?
Thank
I think
God.
it was.
You know what I want? You know what I want? I want them to re-release Nuts and Bolts so that the people who say, "Oh, it's not that bad," can actually play it again and realize,
I
no,
think-
it was that bad.
I
The game was
think you
punk.
can play that though on
Yeah, I think
Xbox
that's,
you
right
can.
now.
I
that's
want
definitely.
no, you can. I want them to do like a full re-release so
Oh, I
everyone can
see.
see it. So it's like, no, guys, this was bad. I'm tired
I
of the revisionism.
I really should, because I am one of Tears of the Kingdom's like biggest defenders, because it is my favorite Zelda. I really should go play Nuts and Bolts, because I feel like I am the core like sample for that experiment.
Bob, I did not just hear you say Tears of the Kingdom Defender. Like what?
Well,
Listen, it's controversial these days.
in the sense
Oh.
that like I feel like more people have said, okay, yeah, Breath of the Wild is my favorite of the two. Now that more time has passed, but even then, like I will still put up Tears of the Kingdom versus like, granted, I haven't beaten Ocarina, but like Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, like all Zelda games, like I literally would put Tears of the Kingdom as my favorite Zelda.
Well, I'm glad the topic today wasn't a ranking then.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I'm saying like I like that game way more than I
Tears of the
think.
Kingdom. It's
I
up there
love
for
Tears
me.
of the
It's like
Kingdom. Love
it's
it.
like top 5 for me. The top 3 maybe actually. I don't know. Yeah, that's a question. Well, that's not the topic today. We've been going off topic a lot, I'll be honest. Other live games, obviously, Minecraft. Continue to do Minecraft things. Not much to
Yep.
add there. Overwatch we talked all about. Very, very strong position.
Shout out.
World of Warcraft. Any other live games am I missing?
Oh, Bob.
Flight Sim.
Oh yeah, Bob.
Pig?
Is Gears of War ED going to be a full live service? We talked about this a few weeks back on the pod, and we were very curious.
I don't think so, because they don't really like Gears 5 didn't really have like a dead. I mean, yeah, they had multiplayer, but like I don't think they've ever really.
I think it got a big update near Series X launch. Was it like
Right,
5
like
pluses or something?
it'll get big
Oh,
updates, but
that
they are
was about
not
it.
the like live service week to week, season 1, season 2. If I remember correctly, I don't know if that's. But I'm not familiar. I feel like that's more of a Dark question than anything, because he's way more in tune on the Coalition side than I am. But like
It
gut
feels
feeling, I don't think so.
feels like they're marketing it more as a single player game at this point
Yes.
than a multiplayer
Yeah,
game.
so
Like we haven't really. Do we even know if there's multiplayer? I can't remember if they've
I
even
don't
talked
actually
about
know
it.
if they've confirmed that. That might be something to look up because I actually have no
Well,
clue.
and I mean, we're getting the deep dive, and maybe they will go into that
Yeah,
for the
good point.
showcase.
Apparently, it
But
is
yeah, I mean-
multiplayer according to Wikipedia, but we don't know if we can trust them.
True.
yeah, famously unreliable source. I mean that's everything that I think Xbox has. Unless you guys want to shout anything else out, but I think we're ready to give our final scores at the moment.
Oh, this will be fun.
Bob, I'll start with you. How you feeling about Xbox?
Do you know what scores we've given the other studios?
If I remember, so I know for a fact Jack and I gave Ubisoft like a 3, I think.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, I think I gave EA a 4.
Yeah, EA
but
was
I
like
was
a
low.
4 around that. I think Fusion gave like a 5 for EA. God, who else have we done? It's been a while since we've done this segment. That's the thing. It's interesting. It's interesting the stuff that's not on the list that we haven't done yet. Stuff like Konami. Oh no, we did Konami. I forgot.
Yeah,
to
but
mention
that was before the revitalization, right?
No, that was after.
We were
Oh,
still
okay.
positive on them, to be honest, but it was still. I think it was before F came out, because I remember
Yeah, it was like right
saying
before
that
F.
we should see how F does before we really decide that Konami is back, and F
Yeah.
did well, so Konami is back.
Oh, I feel like
I mean, we have-
Konami's back now. After
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah, they're
100%.
definitely back. Yeah, I mean, we
Um,
haven't done Capcom, we haven't done Sega, Nintendo, PlayStation, Bamco.
I don't know.
It'll be good enough.
Because I know I'm kind of playing the game of I know where you guys are at, and I'm not trying to say they're a 10, but I'll go with 7 because I know it's gonna be brought down by you guys.
7 is crazy.
Fine, I'll go 6. Because
Oh,
I
is
do
that
have a
serious?
lot of
That's fair,
criticisms.
that's fair.
We're gonna round out the score. We're doing an
I
average.
mean, for me, I think they still release games. Here's the thing. I'm putting it to the mentality of what I thought about Ubisoft and EA. I think they're better than Ubisoft and EA for the sole reason that they release games. I think Ubisoft and EA are literally just there. They're just, to me, they're decoration. They are decoration for the video game industry.
I feel like when Ubisoft and EA releases a good game, it's lucky and not like the plan.
Yeah,
Like
At the
it's
very
almost
least,
in
Xbox
spite
One.
of what their goals are.
Yeah, I've said for a while, Ubisoft is my least favorite game company at the moment. They're absolute fucking dog shit, and I need something to change over there because I fucking hate them. And them, I like, especially now. I would actually lower my score for Ubisoft to be like a 2 out of 10.
I think I might as well.
Yeah, I
And
think we
EA,
both
'cause
gave them like a 3.
Yeah, since we did EA, I think they've cancelled stuff and they've been acquired, so they would probably go down
Yeah.
as well.
They definitely go down to like a 2 as well. I think Microsoft's like a 4. I think they are
That's fair.
ran pretty badly. I think the Microsoft corporation sucks and are a shitty owner. But I think that they still, at the very least, release games. Not games that I think are the games that are needed to like really break the mold and like break out there and give them what they need, which are these like high 80s, low 90s, like reasons to buy an Xbox. Removing the reasons to buy an Xbox, just games that are worth buying and like really sticking to. And like, yes, we get a couple of those, like Outer Worlds 2 and Indiana Jones, but they're not breaking out because I feel like they do well, but then Microsoft, the company, screws them with the release date. And I just can't really give Xbox respect when it's like, you guys are releasing good games, like you're doing that, but you're just bad at marketing them and giving them the space they need to really succeed. So that's what really frustrates me about Microsoft right now. But otherwise, I do think they at least have pretty good games. And if they just stick to one plan, I think they could go up to a 5 or a 6 if they just stick to a plan instead of flip flopping all the
Wait.
fucking time.
I just realized we never talked about Microsoft's literal best strength. They got some sick ass controllers and some custom control
I nearly did bring that up,
special
actually.
editions. Like I feel like you know what? Maybe
true.
I'm talking myself back into a 7.
Let's go. I'll give you 6.5, Bob. I'll choose your
You know
score
what?
for you.
If the controller had HD rumble, I might bump my score up at least half a point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. I hope those controller refreshes are like actually worth it.
I will say that Starfield controller is fucking amazing. That controller
So
is beautiful.
So good.
All right, Jack. Let's hear it.
I mean, you heard my rant earlier. It was look, Asher, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I hope you can turn the company around. I know you are listening because you're apparently responding to everyone who talks about Xbox these days.
They hear us.
They hear us. They are listening. I'm giving them a 1.
A 1. Lower than
Look, I have to give them
Ubisoft.
worse than Ubisoft because I genuinely feel that way. And
I mean,
they can't get.
I can't blame
Look, maybe a 2, but in my heart of hearts right now, I feel a 1. Maybe a 2 because we did bring up some positives.
you. I think
1
we've
and a
given
half.
them enough positives. You could at least give them a 2.
I think a 2 works because then we can evenly round it to a 4.
True.
Okay.
That's fair.
I wouldn't want
See,
it to
Bob
be like
playing the long
rounded to like
game.
a 3.64, whatever. Okay.
And it also lines up with
1.9.
like because like Wolf's in the middle, he's a 4. I'm on the higher side, I'm a 6, and you're on the lower side as a 2.
Oh,
I think that
would
all
look
works.
nice aesthetically. Yeah, that would look pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
I
go
mean,
2.
I think we're
Just for the
all of the
aesthetic.
mind. Listen, I think we're all of the mind Xbox needs improving. I'm curious, Bob specifically,
Oh.
would you rate Nintendo and PlayStation higher?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
They're still like they're still making great games and like people are still buying their consoles. Now, it's a 7. I'm still not rating them. I'm not rating them that much higher.
I
But
really am excited for the Nintendo episode because there's Nintendo. Like, listen, Nintendo haters are more annoying than anything. But like, man, there's some shit I want to say about Nintendo. Where it's like, brother, that Switch 2 is a decoration piece. I cannot sit here and play fucking Pokemon XD. Great game, but it's a 20-year-old game, man. I'm gonna need something other than these goddamn cozy games. All right. And hey, you know what? Star Fox, the Nate the Hate Nintendo Direct did happen. So maybe we get some Star Fox, maybe we get some Ocarina of Time remake. I can get some hype out of that. Which, by the way, Nate said there would be a state of play this week. Didn't happen.
Rod alert.
he's not washed. We gotta put some respect on Nate. But also, it's a little crazy. It's like, huh? I'm surprised nothing even like close to a state of play.
I think Nintendo got so pissed that they're like, "Hey, Sony, we need to shut this guy's credibility down. You guys, we gotta work together to fuck this guy up."
Just fucking feeding him fake leaks and shit. It's interesting.
I will.
I
Oh,
oh yeah, go
go
for
on.
it. Yeah, what's up?
No, go ahead, because I was going to sort of pivot
No,
on something else.
I was gonna change topics, so you go ahead.
I was just going to say about Sony, like especially, this is the lowest I felt about Sony in I can't remember how long. So
I'm right there with
like,
you, man. Don't worry. It's been probably this is the lowest I felt about Sony ever. I actually can't think of a time I've ever been lower.
Which is
yeah,
so
maybe.
funny considering
Oh.
where they're like actually sitting. It's
yeah,
like
they're doing perfectly fine, but like, dude, they are aggravating.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I
It's
was
like-
about this low when they closed Japan studio, but I'm not far off.
Yeah,
that.
good point. I mean, but even
like-
then, I was kind of still like in my I was a light fanboy back then, so I'm like, guys, it's all right. And then I
Yeah.
realized, it's like, man, that sucked. Why did they do that?
Honestly, it's just just look, they released Ghost of Yota last year. It was one of my favorite games of the year, but even then, it's not enough to like make up for the fact that they're closing
They keep
successful
shutting down
studios.
They keep shutting down studios. They keep live service.
they keep pivoting. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep
Yeah.
pivoting. That's a good point. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Fuck these
hang
guys.
on.
Releases. Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
even
but
do good.
It's okay because getting rid of PC
Okay,
is a
okay,
smart move.
but
We
here's
like
here's the difference, Bob. They pivoted once.
Okay, but here's the other thing. Their special edition controllers suck. All right, the Marathon one, ass. The 007 one looks like pee. All
Okay,
right,
look at the Concord one and tell me that again. Look at the Concord one and tell me that again.
Concord was a bad game. That doesn't count.
No, but the controller, Astrobot, that's a good ass controller. Oh no, but that's a bad game to you apparently.
But again,
Number
okay. But again,
Number 8.
they are like Ubisoft. When they have a good special edition controller design, it is in spite of their intentions. All right, because they are just known to make ass.
This really is an Xbox discussion because they really just pivoted all the way back to Sony. Like every Xbox podcast is like, oh, what about Sony though? Oh man.
Yeah, look, the Xbox battery life though. Xbox controller battery life is pretty nice.
Dude, it's so much better than the PlayStation. That's the annoying thing. There's so many things about Xbox where I'm like, you're doing this better. Like, why isn't everyone doing this?
Okay, actually, I will say positive and a negative. One, the positive, I don't know where you guys stand, but the whole like, oh, why does the controller still use AA batteries? Because you can buy rechargeable batteries for like $10 and they work longer than the normal internal battery of most of these controllers outside of the Nintendo Pro controller. I will give it credit there. But like, I am so sick and tired of people being like, oh, why you guys still have AA batteries? Because they are replaceable. You don't have to fix the entire thing. If your battery life sucks, they are way better alternative. That's my rant there. But also,
that battery like also drains over time way worse on PlayStation. Like it feels like like the moment I'll buy a controller, it's like this has a long battery life, and then 2 months later, it's like okay, well now it's shit.
you would think an Elite controller would give you more options to like either have a bigger battery or like change the battery options because the battery life on a DualSense Edge is fucking
2
stupid.
hours.
It is stupid.
2 hours. I just oh man, dude. I'm rating Sony a 5, man. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. But I was gonna say the Elite controller definitely needs a refresh because I think all of these third-party companies, and this goes for pretty much all of the both Sony and even to an extent Nintendo, like all of these companies are like third-party companies are lapping them in the controller market.
Oh well, yeah, but like I feel like the vast majority of people who play games on these consoles aren't buying third-party
Correct.
controllers.
Agreed.
That's like for the hardest of the hardcore.
It's
Well,
me.
boys.
I only buy pretty colors.
Well, boys, we've talked a lot. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Talk even more. I really don't have anything interesting to say. I was gonna start Mouse PI, but again, dude, $30. Come on, man. I'll probably pick it up sometime this weekend, and obviously Pragmata. I'm excited to start that. Played more Rebirth. I finished the Corel prison. That sucked ass. I did not like that part at all. But I am exploring Corel, the region, and yeah, the game's good. I will say I'm really starting to. I'm starting to get tired of this game. This is why I'm excited for stuff like Pragmata and Mouse PI because I'm like I need a break from this game for a bit because it feels like
Yeah.
I'm almost forcing myself to play now instead of like being excited to play because some of these like the open world stuff I'm still enjoying. Man, these guys talk too much. I'm just that guy. I don't want to hear these people talk all the time. But having said that, I still do like the game a lot. It's very long winded at points.
I
It gets
I
to a
think
point where I'm like, I'm
the
only halfway through.
the funny thing about that, Wolf, is like obviously whatever was gonna follow Gold Saucer was gonna be a downgrade for you, but it being the Corel prison, I'm like, yeah, he's really just going to absolutely shred this part of the game apart.
It, it's just like, dude, we've fought gods and demons and monsters. This is a biker gang. What are we talking about here? I just can't take it seriously. And I have to see this loser come out with his stupid ass entrance going, you have to go do a chocobo race. It's like, I don't know. I remember it in the original game, but you know what's funny? In the original game, it's like 10 minutes. So it doesn't feel nearly as like long winded and frustrating to me.
Yeah, I will say though, I would probably what's the word? The finish the main story beat of Corel because you know what I'm talking about with certain characters, and then I think you're good to like
What story beat?
Barrett because that
Oh, no, I
does.
finished that.
Oh, you did? Oh, and you're still in
Yeah, I'm
Corel?
in no, yeah, I'm exploring like the open world part. I finished everything. I got the Dune buggy, and Kate sit this with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the
Yeah,
bear stuff was awesome. I really like that.
yeah, you're good to stop there for a while and pick it back up then.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it down for a bit. Most likely either that or yeah, I'll probably put it down for a bit and switch over to Pragmata and Mouse. I also, Jack, I've been playing some more Super Meat Boy 3D. Solid game. I definitely think it's not anything amazing. I don't think it's bad. I think it's just a very solid 3D platformer. I don't really have much to say about it. It's a very like standard enough game. It feels like it really needs the controls to be tightened up. I feel like some of these jumps I should be making, but I feel like the controls are not giving me the free range sense of movement that I expect out of a 3D platformer, especially today. Especially after like we've had years of like 10 out of 10s, like or not 10 out of 10s, but just amazing 3D platformers like Crash 4, Astrobot, obviously the Mario games. I'm just like, oh, this one definitely feels like a step below in terms of like controllability. But otherwise, I mean, it's pretty fun. I will say it's kind of my game to relax to, which says a lot about me.
Yeah,
I'll chime in real quick too, because
yeah, go
I
ahead.
actually started up Super Meat Boy this week, 3D, and I am having a good time with it. I'm kind of playing it in spurts. I know it's not that long, but and I think I've gone through 2 areas. So I'm in the machine robot area. Um, and yeah, I would say the same thing. Like it does feel good, especially when you chain things together. But specifically when I'm in the air and I have to move around in the air, I know it gives
Yeah.
you the little like marker of where you're
The
going to
depth
land,
perception is so off.
but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. And that is the more we are getting to that in the third area. I'm like, I'm
It's
not. Yeah,
the camera angle specifically doesn't help this game in certain levels a lot.
yeah, I would agree.
I haven't been able to play it since I was last on, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. I do think it is very tightly designed, and I think you notice that a lot more when you're going for like the speedrun stuff.
Hmm.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I'm going for
because
A+, definitely.
yeah, because like the levels are so like when you go
I
for
think the
those
levels are
speedruns,
great.
you realize just how many like moves you can actually do, and like obviously the first attempt through a level, it's kind of hard to describe it. It's like the first game where like if you go as fast as you possibly can, you'll basically avoid everything without like even intending to. And I love that. That really hits for me. But
No,
I
no,
do get it.
I agree with you there. Yeah, I'm more talking about
Yeah.
the way Meat Boy feels to
No,
control.
totally.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, it just need a little bit more tightening. I'm also very like posh about 3D platformers. I play them all the time, so it's very aggressive. But no, I get what you're saying though. The levels are really well designed. And I've definitely noticed is like if you are like doing them perfectly, like you don't even have to wait out cycles.
Yeah, that's what I really love. It's just like I thought in like I think I got to like the third world and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of waiting around here. And then when you go for like speedrun, it's like, oh, you don't need to wait. You could just go.
Yeah. Question for you guys. Did you guys find the boss fights hard?
I
No, they're
found
kind
them
of
mediocre.
basic. Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy that I've like there's been levels where I've died like 20 plus times. I've only died 5 times on each boss fight, and I'm like, why is this not hard? Like, it's way more pattern recognition than anything else.
Yeah,
It was
it's
similar in the
basic.
first game where they're just repetitive and they go on too long. Like you just want to get moving and
Yeah.
it's like a side scroll thing. It's just like, oh, I
It's
have to wait
literally
until the level catches up.
it's like an auto scroller, and it's like, come on, man, we're not doing auto scrollers in Super Meat Boy. I'm with you on the same with like the original game, where it's like, why is this even here? Like, I get platformers should have boss fights, but like not like this.
Yeah, the
Have
best
me
boss in the
I wish it
first
was more
game was
proactive.
the best boss of the first game was like the speed run, the race against Brownie, and like stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that would
yeah.
be great. Like I love the racing thing because you are incentivized to actually do what the game is best at. But
Mhm.
yeah, I didn't find them hard. I did die a lot, but that was mostly just due to like stupid mistakes and impatience. I just
Yeah.
they're definitely, in my opinion, the low point of what I've played so far. But I don't know. Maybe the
My,
final boss is great, and I'll love it and turn around completely.
my favorite part is whenever you get to the end of the level, Dr. Fetus just beats the shit out of Bandage Girl. It's like, what is your problem, dude? What, this guy is an asshole. He's so mean to her.
Yeah, it's
Um,
great. It's just yeah.
yeah. Jack, did you have anything else you've been playing, or have you just not
Uh,
been able to?
Not being able to. I've been one-handedly playing Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's not really a relevant game right now, and I'll wait till I finish it. Maybe I'll talk about it then.
Yeah, that's fair. Bop, the Bop Corner. We're going in.
Popcorners Light this week.
Oh no.
Super Meat Boy 3D, mentioned that. I also picked up, like I said, because I got a new keyboard. And let me tell you, God, having a true mechanical keyboard is
Oh, they're the best.
I love typing on this thing. I realize at work I don't type enough sentences, and I'm trying to figure out a way to fix that because I love pressing the buttons on this keyboard.
Mhm.
I'll link it to you guys later if you're interested, because it's actually relatively affordable, especially if you don't get the full 10 key. Anyway,
Nice.
because of that, I got the Final Sentence, that typing battle royale game. Honestly, a lot
Yeah,
of
that game.
fun. Like, it's a great, almost like when Tetris
I'd be
99 or F-Zero
destroying that.
99 came out. Yeah, like it's one of those where, it's a word per minute test. But it's really fun. I'm having a good time with that. Very small game, nothing crazy. And then I I almost boycotted trying Starfield after all the updates
Son
and
of a
everything, because
bitch.
I finally got to a good point where I could jump in. So I started Everspace 2, a space game I've been trying to play for years. I played the first level and was like, turns out this isn't it. Let me go try Starfield. Starfield was interesting because I went back to try and start again for the Shattered Space DLC. And I was coming right out of the New Game Plus, where you pretty much start over with a couple of things, but it's really hard to just get going after a New Game Plus run in Starfield. You really have to build things up, and there's no get rich quick or like get a bunch of stuff quick outside of maybe one mission, but even then it's kind of hard. So I've been spending the last week building up, spaceships, crew, guns, ammo, money. And honestly, the Trackers Alliance faction is a great place to do that because it's literally just bounties, and they're really, excuse me, well crafted levels. Like, I think that that's DLC that Bethesda added in afterwards through the expansions, and they're technically what is their community thing? Their creation
Creation Club.
club, like it's technically in there, but they are really well crafted. Like I don't remember you played the Titanfall 2 quote unquote mission in the base game, right?
Yeah, I finished
Yeah,
the main.
there's like more of that in Trackers Alliance, which shocked me. That I thought they were just going to be shitty, like, hey, here's this, go kill this, go to this planet. Here's one handcrafted thing. No, there is some legit like multiple progression step mission or step by step missions in there. You're going to interesting places doing interesting things. There's actually some interesting dialogue and storytelling going on, and interesting decisions to be made. So I was like, okay, we're actually like back doing Starfield shit. And ironically, I have not started either of the DLCs. I'm now at the point where I just need to finish this last bounty quest, and I'm going to start Shattered Space.
Oh no.
But the quality of life is like the changes are really good. This is the first time I'm using the vehicles, and while they control worse than the Mako, which is an insane thing because I'm a Mako defender, and these rovers handle like ass, and it has that same kind of like warthog or Mako style. Like it's all in the thumbsticks. It's because you do have a trigger that can shoot a weapon, at least on the one I'm using. So it controls like ass, but it's still better than just like jumping and boosting the whole time. And I'd much rather be on the rover, so I like that. The cruising, like the free lane, like you can stay in space the whole time and you don't have to go through the menus. That really is a nice change, and it really does help with the immersion of being in space. Now, if you're jumping from system to system, you do have to go through the menus. But there are certain cases where you can just do the cruise mode, and you're running into random encounters in space, which is like kind of should be one of the main reasons to play Starfield. So that's been really fun. And then I think one of the best quality of life changes is they have it's not a compendium. I think it's a database, but it is the best thing, especially because I'm really getting into upgrading my guns, and the X-Tech stuff is actually interesting, and I really like what they're doing there. But upgrading is actually beneficial now, because before it'd be like, cool, you need helium. I don't know where the fuck to find helium, so I either am looking planet by planet, I'm like, nope, not here, nope, not here, or I'm just Googling it because that makes the most sense. Now they have a database that says you go look at helium. There's literally a button that says, which planets are it on? It says, oh, here. And then there's a button that says, show me that planet on the map. Okay, it's here. Great. Jump, land there, get it. We are so good. Like, thank God. Like, that was one of the most annoying things for the resource management part of the game, and to upgrade your weapons, because now I'm actually like using weapons that feel good. That was the part that blew my mind too. Playing Shattered Space was like, gunplay feels like ass. Turns out it's good. I just was not using the weapons as their intended function. And then the last thing I'll say too is you can go in the gameplay options and tune the game to be as hard or as easy as you want. The one thing I changed was no carry weight limit. You can transfer things between your ship from anywhere. Just simple, like, listen, man, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not going through a hardcore playthrough. Because they even have an option to like turn on hunger and thirst, which isn't a default thing. You can add that for like a survival mode kind of run. Not my thing. But I added those options. It gives you a little bit less XP. I don't care. But the one thing I did like was I actually tuned up the gunfights, because even though I was under leveled, they still felt a little easy. and they're in a good spot now, and I'm getting more XP for it. But then I also tuned down the space fights, because for whatever reason I suck at those at its default difficulty. Like I can't maneuver well enough. I'm not managing my systems well enough, and like I love space dog fights. So I didn't understand really what I was doing wrong. So I just turned down the enemy difficulty by 1 notch, and I turned my like defense abilities up by 1 notch, and now they feel great. And I love that, because especially the Crimson Fleet missions were so hard in the base game. I felt like I had to restart those missions a billion times because I was just getting destroyed. So being able to scale your experience rather than just like easy, medium, hard, and like go in and really dial in what you find easy or hard about the game and tune it to your experience at the low cost of XP has been really good. And also, sorry, last thing.
No. Take your time, man.
The temples where you would upgrade your abilities. I don't know why I'm being spoiler, dodging this
Oh
late into
man,
a
not
3-year-old release.
Starfield.
But like, your Starborn abilities, you would have to go to the temples to upgrade them, or do a new game plus run to upgrade them. Now it is as simple as, because you will still run into the Starborn depending on where you jump to. For every Starborn you kill, you get essence, and I think it's 2 essence per ability to upgrade them. That's the change that need to be made. I'm not having to worry about going to New Game Plus 10 to change everything. I can now just play the game as I want to without having to worry about New Game Plus to upgrade those abilities and the abilities I want, right? It's not like I go to Temple, it's like, well, shit, this isn't the ability I want to upgrade. Now I got to go to the next one. Like, no, they're removing that shitty feature, and they're not holding you down, and you can go to the places, or you can upgrade the abilities you want to just by playing the game. So yeah, I know Bench has been enjoying his time too, but as someone who, I kind of was souring on the game the longer we left it, but like the fact that the quality of life changes are finally hitting just makes me appreciate the aura of this game, because fuck man, the music of this game, the visuals of this game, that gritty sci-fi, especially when we just had the Artemis 2 mission going to the moon, like I'm just all the way back in on sci-fi right now, which is also why I'm excited for Pragmata. And I think Starfield is scratching that itch like so well right now. It's honestly been a joy to play. I really haven't had any qualms, other than it kind of sucks to start at New Game Plus off rip, but the Trackers Alliance is a very easy way to get up to speed.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I just want to say I hate feeling betrayed like this, Bob. But I guess I'm happy you're enjoying it.
Thank you.
I meant that with my heart. Don't worry.
I know you did. Happy for your friends. I know.
Anyway, speaking of betrayal, so Bob, let me ask you some questions about it so I can decide whether I'm going to play it.
Sure.
So this difficulty thing, is there still like standard, like just an option for just basic difficulty modes, or do you really have to tweak everything still?
I forget. I want to say there is, like, they do give you a option at the beginning of the game for difficulty settings, but this is like very much like an extra, almost like an accessibility feature, where it's like, listen, if you suck at space fights like I do, we're not like, even on easy it could be kind of hard. Like, actually, I think I distinctly remember bumping it down to easy on Crimson Fleet because I couldn't beat this one mission. And now it's like a thing of like, listen, you'll take a slight XP bump for making things easier, but like, it's so worth it for the trade-off, because I love how in the weeds it is. But I think by default there are still standard like difficulty changes across the board.
That's cool. So I could probably just leave it on a default and still feel like it's the way that I remember it.
Yeah, I left it on standard. I played it on standard on my original playthrough, and outside of the quality of life things of like, listen, I don't want to be encumbered. I want to be able to transfer, buy and sell stuff from my ship from wherever, and I want like these fights to be harder and these fights to be easier. That's all I did. Most of the things stayed the same. You could really get in depth if you wanted to. I didn't really care, but I just wanted to change the things that were bothering me, and this gives you a great way to do that.
No, that totally makes sense. And the other thing, you told me to come back to this. Is the performance that bad now? Because it was like at launch, I remember it being fine.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. Well, couple caveats here. One, I know Bench has been having a hard time on PS5, and the PS5 version of the game is pretty buggy with like legit hard crashes. So he is trudging his way through it, and I know he's been having issues, and I've heard that from a couple PlayStation players. So that is something to keep in mind. For me, I can't speak to the console experience because I've been playing this game strictly on PC.
Right.
I know console got a 60 FPS patch, and I know performance-wise things have been patched, but I cannot speak to the console experience because I truly don't know. The other thing too is if you don't care about achievements, Creation Club does have a couple things that change performance in certain ways. Like it can change the lighting or like I don't know if there's necessarily like a frame rate boost one, but I know people have gone in there, and as long as you sort by popularity, so you know which ones actually work, you can get in the weeds a little bit if you don't like the way something looks. But I think on console it's pretty good, like especially on like
Yeah.
Series X, it's in a good spot. Go
Because sorry,
ahead.
go on.
No, you're
No, I
good.
was just gonna say I watched the Digital Foundry video, and like even the Xbox version was crashing a lot, and it was just like
Oh, on the new
that.
update.
Yeah, and I was just
Oh,
like, is
interesting.
this
Okay.
just because? So I don't know. I was just kind of hoping that maybe that was a bit like I suppose maybe they were using 60 FPS modes more often than I would have been at launch because obviously it was only 30, so maybe that was
Right.
what was doing it. But I don't
Well,
know. It was just a bit like
I don't
jarring.
think that's
'Cause-
true because the 60 FPS patch happened before this.
yeah,
And it sounds like something with this update is breaking the game. I don't know what that is. I haven't heard it as much on the Xbox side, as much as the PlayStation side. I will say on PC, I haven't had a crash yet. But also on PC, again, I don't know because I was rocking a 2070 with this game launch, and now I have a 4070. So, like at launch, I was barely hitting 60 using DLSS. I think at 720. I straight up, I know I was playing it at 720 because the screenshots are like super cropped in, and I'm like, why do these look bad? And I'm like, oh right, I played this game at 720 because the performance was so bad. And now I'm playing it at 1440 at like 80 to 90 frames. With I don't know, I don't think I'm using DLSS, but I also got a huge GPU boost, so
yeah,
I can't. It's hard for me to say what got improved on the game side and what got improved on my side. But my experience has been great. I think the game looks incredible. I'm back in photo mode on my bullshit. And
we need
I
that photo mode channel that we used to have.
I'm taking a lot of pictures, and I'm really enjoying how the game looks and feels. But I unfortunately do not know how that translates to console.
no, that's fair. Maybe I'll like give it. I don't know. Maybe the 30 FPS mode will be fine. So I don't know. I did buy the game years ago, so I could just play it at some
Oh, you
point.
haven't played it at all. I couldn't remember who hasn't has it. So you haven't played it at all.
No, I have played it. I played it at launch.
Okay, that's what I thought. Did you beat
So
it or
yes, yeah, I
okay?
really, really, really like it. I'm one of those people that we do
That's
exist.
right. That's
Bench
right.
just
Multiple
pretends we don't.
release. Multiple release. Not
So
one, multiple.
Jack, if you are interested, I would absolutely follow my advice. If you're starting from New Game Plus, which I think you should, because it's
Yeah,
I don't know how far you got into New Game Plus, but like the new dialogue options make it really interesting and kind of like refresh a second playthrough. Um, but do the Trackers Alliance because it gives you money fast, it gives you ships and guns fast, and it kind of sets up a good foundation. And then by that point, you'll probably know whether you want to keep exploring or not, or if the updates make the game fun again and want to keep going.
yeah, that's good to know.
I haven't been following. Wasn't Bench also playing Hades 2, Bob?
Yes, he started it, I think, either a night or two ago, and it's really funny because me and Fusion have been talking on the side where he just keeps saying it's a great game and then shit talks Hades 1. It's like, hey man, you can just say Hades 2 is a great game. Like, you don't have to put down Hades 1
Yeah.
as much as you are.
That's so weird.
I like
I was
the
just thinking about it, it's
anticipation of
like
the reviews.
playing Hades 2 and Starfield. It's like you're eating this 10 out of 10 steak, and it's like, well, I'm gonna get McDonald's actually. When you load up
Oh,
Starfield, like that's crazy, man.
he really is like I know sometimes he can be a little performative. It's okay, he's not going to get this far into the pod. I love you, Bench. He can get a little performative on like what he's playing or what he likes or not doesn't like. But I truly believe him when he's putting this much time in the Starfield on certain like and not doing much of the story, and he really is like I think he is getting the open world experience he wanted out of Crimson Desert and Starfield. I'm being straight up.
Honestly, that's a good point. It's just like I need something. I just think the open world of Starfield kind of sucks. I've always been that mind. I don't know if these updates ever are gonna fix that.
And that is a good point, Wolf. I have only been going to planets where, you know, these handcrafted areas are. I have not been free exploring outside of, I did try and make one outpost. It's still, I think the rover makes it feel a little bit better because there was nothing worse than just jumping around like a fucking asshole looking for these points of interest. The vehicle makes it better. But the points I haven't like the points of interest are a little bit more interesting, but they are still in that formulaic fashion of you kind of have seen them all a little bit. I can't really speak to. I think the once I get to the Terran Armada DLC, I'll have a better understanding because that DLC was made in mind with the new points of interest and with the free lanes update. So I will have a definitive answer there. But from what I've seen, outside of having the vehicle, the points of interest and the procedural generation of the planets are still kind of what they were.
Hey, you know what this means though? Elder Scrolls 6 though. Maybe? Do you
I hope all
think
the caves have the exact same layout in Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh, okay. So you just want to like say slurs to me now? I listen, man. I want to believe I don't, but I want them to prove me wrong. I want to see the first trailer for Elder Scrolls 6 and be the same way I was pre Starfield. I want to have an Elder Scrolls 6 food coma or a meal prep with Bob and talk about how wait, was that an alien? You know, I want to have that feeling again, man. Because
Yep.
I like being excited for games. Anyways, boys, I think that's it. We're almost at 3 hours. This is a good discussion. A lot of yapping, a lot of talking, a lot of Xbox.
Way
but
too much
I
Xbox,
think
even for me. Way too much Xbox.
Why couldn't we talk about Focus Entertainment?
I don't even think I put them on the wheel. But anyway, we could have landed on like Capcom and said, "Yeah, they're doing good," and just leave it at that, man.
Listen, I think this wheel
Anyways,
was fixed. I think you knew this was happening. You were
Yeah,
in
I'm
chaos.
kind of calling bullshit too, honestly. Like, there's
That's
no
crazy.
way. Although
crazy.
I would have been so fucking mad if it was like a Jack Fusion Bench podcast and Xbox came on. I'd just
Yeah,
be
then-
screaming at the TV.
I would have, if that had happened, I would have legitimately tagged you and said, "Bot, quick, get on the pod."
Yeah.
Swap with me.
That's crazy. The fixed allegations. That's crazy.
Hmm.
All right, Bob. All right. You know what? You could be on the you could be on the PlayStation one. How about that?
All right, perfect.
I'll
think
let
that's fair.
you know what we need for the big companies? We need a hater and a lover.
Yeah,
That way to
honestly,
balance
I
it out.
think it's not even like a bad this was fixed. I think having exactly all three sides of the spectrum for this
Yeah, it
was
worked out.
a good conversation.
I don't know. The
Yeah,
highest of the spectrum was a 6 and /7.
I mean, yeah, but still, like we got
We
someone
should
who's
have got
very much.
Dark on here. Give him a
We have
9.
someone who's been in the Xbox ecosystem. This man, bro. I was about to say that I was playing like Uncharted 4 and Bloodborne and God of War. Y'all motherfuckers were like, "Oh yeah, Recourse coming out, baby."
Yeah, Crackdown
Guys,
3, let's go.
those were the minds.
Rise, son
That's
of Rome. That's my fucking guy right there.
Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this, please check us out YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite podcasts are. We're probably on there. Like the podcast helps us out a ton, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at A Slice of Gaming, all one word. With that, I think we're gonna head out. We're gonna go play some Pragmata, boys. Say goodnight, boys.
Good night.
And we'll see you in the stars.